If I know what I want, then I know what I get. If I go, they can win, cause they know I get lit. I'm a pro, not a myth, and my flow got some wit. Never slow, drink a fit. I get hype, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. I get hype for the shit. Here I go, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. I get hype for the shit. Right.
Yo, what's going on? Pump, what's going on? It is Thursday night, and you know what that means. The Knucklehead Podcast is back and in full effect, bro. We are back. Somebody said the Four Horsemen is back. What up, Pimp? What's going on? We are out here. We live. We live, baby. We live. We out here. We doing our thing.
What's going on?
Shit.
Pump, what's...
Shit, I had my shit on. It's all right, though. We out here.
Tiger!
You know what I'm saying? I don't know why that shit was so fucking loud, but we out here, though.
I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose.
Okay. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with my shit. It's starting to fucking malfunction. But we wouldn't be nobody if we wasn't malfunctioning. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be where we at if we didn't malfunction for some shit. You feel me? So
this is a certified hood classic.
Just like he said, man. Yo, we got Lay on the way. We got Gigi coming through. We got show somewhere, somehow, someday, some way coming in here. You know how we do. But for right now, it's just your boy Toe Tags in the building. It's just your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Flawless victory.
But yeah, man, how everybody like their Thanksgiving? How everybody like Survivor Series? You know, we're gonna get into that. You know, they had some stuff going on there. You know, they had some things happening. If anybody seen Dynamite yesterday, that was crazy. The Cody Rhodes and Andrade match, that was crazy. They literally went through the fire on that one. I like that one. They got a little, you know what I'm saying? But it's so good. It's so good. They definitely got some toasty in there. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about the WWE, what we think is happening. You know, because I feel like they're on a decline. You know, and it's not even like ratings of viewership, none of that shit. I think they're on a decline with their ideas. I think they're moving further and further away from actual wrestling. You know, they're moving further and further away from a wrestling show and more of a production type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like where AEW is a weekly episodic wrestling show, WWE's turning it into a event. Like if you miss it 1 week, it's fine. They're just putting on specials. You feel me? And then when they want a big special, that's when they bring back somebody big like Brock Lesnar or some shit like that. You know what's going on? Lay's in the building, everybody. I was just talking about how I feel like the WWE is on a decline right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they are, yeah. Yeah. But you know, it's honestly completely their fault. It's nobody else's fault. It's not like you do one or two things, you don't listen to the fans. It's legit.
For
real?
real?
What I'm saying? And then if you do it for like 2 weeks, then you stop.
Yep.
So that's it.
Yeah, and I was also saying that it was it's starting to feel like AEW is a weekly episodic wrestling show where every week they go congruent with the other and they start their storylines and all other shit. But the WWE is starting to become more of a special. Every week is a special. It's not. It doesn't matter what happened last week. This week we're putting on a show, and when the ratings drop or when something big has to happen, let's bring in Brock Lesnar. Let's bring in Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost like they have a weekly show that's building up to a movie, but when you bring in the movie, the people that acted in the show aren't in the movie. So it's like let's say if you had a Fast and the Furious TV show, and then you made a movie. Vin Diesel's only in the movie, but the dude playing Dominic Toretto in the show, you know what I'm saying? He's nowhere to be seen, and in the movie has nothing to do with what happened.
It would be his cousin, David Toretto.
Yeah, you know, like the movie has nothing to do with what happened on the TV show, but we out here. Yeah.
I know. I feel you.
For real. Yo,
what was the point of bringing Edge back?
I don't.
He's not feuding with Seth, by the way. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy he's not feuding with Seth. They're on Raw now. Let them do their own thing. I hope. Well, I can't even say Seth is gonna bring out the best in Big E because he's not even feuding with Big E. Seth is feuding with fucking Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is feuding with Big E and Seth Rollins. It's almost like no one is bringing out the best in anyone in this triangle.
Yeah, it's not a direct title thing. It's a more of a personal thing.
Yeah, and Big E's on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
Big E is legitimately looking like the Big Show champion. And I'm going to use that reference because every time the Big Show was the champion, he was the first guy on the card to have a match with nobody. He was, he was defending his title against nobody, just squashing people. He didn't have any kind of storylines. And then he lost the title when the next guy came up.
Yeah, anybody else that they considered an actual champion, they were just like, all right, you're transitional, but not transitional.
Yeah. Like the Miz had more shine on his second reign than Big E's having right now, and the Miz just held the title for Bobby Lashley to win it without making Drew McIntyre look bad.
Agree.
You know, Drew McIntyre is literally just go bring out anybody to wrestle me and swinging a sword at people, and he has more of a storyline than the fucking WWE champion. Last time I remember, the WWE champion had more lineage than the Universal Championship.
Yeah, because it's been longer. It's literally. The Universal title was made up like 2 years ago, if that.
Yeah, that was your top tier title.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I listen. The whole thing, the whole premise that I'm trying to figure out now, and I'm trying to see what they're doing is, first of all, they're reliance or handicap on this tag team stuff, like, oh, can they coexist? Can they not?
Yeah.
That works for Survivor Series. You know.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, my best thing for Survivor Series, kind of get into it a little bit, is when one person would pick their team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But whatever. And now it's like every title thing is like, yo, can they coexist? You're like, why are they tagging? What the fuck? That didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have somebody that's you could in any way you could possibly make another title challenger if they wrestle the guy that's number one contender now. Like, oh, he got close to beating him. And so after that, he goes, yo, I got close to beating Seth. They could have been Finn. He goes, I got this close. So I figure out I should get a title shot. Well, you need to earn it. Good. How do I do it? I mean, I almost beat him. Do I need to beat Owens? Do I need to beat? Is there a gauntlet match you got me doing? No. It's can they coexist? And they were talking about a big push for Finn, and that should come. I mean, I don't see it.
They're pushing him out the window.
Yeah, apparently.
They're pushing him off the roof.
Yep.
You know, and to your point, like, it only works when, like, the rivalry has gone for so long. Like, going back to the old days, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, when they teamed up against the Nasty Boys, it was almost like, we're going to team you guys together because we're going to try to, you know, get you to end your differences. And that didn't work. You know, or like, you know, the team wasn't like a team, but they started feuding each other. So, like, let's say Cesaro and Sheamus, you know, they were feuding, they became a team. And he was like, yo, these guys just mesh well together and they work. You know, they put their differences aside. You know, or you have just two guys like Randy Orton and Riddle They're a tag team, but that tag team, the purpose of that is to set a feud. You know what I'm saying? And they're not even doing that with Riddle and Orton. I think the purpose of Riddle and Orton being a tag team is so that way they can definitively state that there is no tag team wrestling in WWE.
Absolutely.
I honestly think they're waiting for Montez Ford to step up to be a singles competitor so they could just wipe out the entire tag team division. Like, no one's wearing pants anymore. Yeah, no one's wearing pants anymore. They don't need those belts to hold up their pants.
But funny, you said it right. The perfect example you said was a Warrior and Savage against an actual tag team, the Nasty Boys.
Yep.
No matter how much you push it, the Dirty Dogs are not a tag team. I'm sorry. When somebody out there, you're a fan of the Dirty Dogs? That is Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. This is not a tag team. Just because they have a name together and they come out together, the Street Profits are a tag team. I can't even say this. Viking Raiders are a tag team. Adrian and Moss are not a tag team. Pay attention to this. Twin Brothers, the Usos, are a tag team.
It's crazy.
Humberto Del Rio and this dude, even though they're related, they're not a tag team.
Nope.
Because they're called Los Lotharios.
Yeah, the Jose Lotharios.
In other words, Latin lovers. You see that? Little. Remember that Silent K we're talking about? There it is.
There it goes.
The New Day is a tag team. Even though they've first started as individuals, they're the longest reigning tag team champions ever and had the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So no matter how many singles guys you put together, like at one point, Sheamus and Cesaro, yes, they were tag team because they were the Bar. And they had multiple wins and defended multiple times. You know what I'm saying? You understand where I'm coming from?
Oh, yeah. And what made Sheamus and Cesaro such a good tag team was the fact that when they meshed together, they worked well together and they actually had tag team moves. They definitively made the stamp. We are one unit. The two of us are one unit. And also back in the day, that what they did when they had Hogan and Macho Man teaming up as the Mega Powers versus like the Natural Disasters, or I'm just throwing out names now. Money Incorporated, whatever the case may be, is it's always been these two individuals need to work together in order to beat this team. Now it's like Randy Orton is greater than the team, so he really doesn't need Riddle. And this is what I'm saying. It's like Randy Orton is the greatest 2-on-1 wrestler we ever seen. Like if you step into a tag team division with someone you ain't never teamed before, there should be no way in fuck that you are gonna out teamwork a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the four of us decided that we're gonna play basketball and we're gonna go up against the fucking Lakers, there's no way we should beat them, or there's no way that we should act as a better team than them.
Even if their spot is 100 points, there's no way we should beat them.
Right? And that's not even the fact that they're professional. It's the fact that they're a team. They work together. They grew together. They have the same mind. We're not thinking the same on the court. We can't telepathically send people messages with looks. Tag team wrestling was that. When individuals wrestled Demolition, they got taught lessons. When they wrestled the Natural Disasters, they got taught lessons. The Heart Foundation, the fucking Rockers, Orient Express, Nasty Boys. These tag teams did damage, and it wasn't individuals. These are actual tag teams that came together.
Absolutely. All right. The Steiner Brothers, you can go on. The Midnight Express, I'm going real old school there. The Brain Busters, it was Arn and Tony Anderson, you know what I mean? So the point is, what Rich is pretty much saying is, I don't care how good the individuals are. They don't have that one mind frame that this team has. Listen, I'm talking about here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you two of my top two favorite wrestlers of all time. I'm gonna give you Stone Cold and Eddie. And Stone Cold and Eddie have no business beating the Usos. Now I'm talking about two guys that were first that have done tag team wrestling before. Stone Cold was one of the stunning blondes. He was stunning. Steve Austin was one of the Hollywood blondes.
Yep.
And Eddie first tag with Art Gunn. With Art, he's who he got the frog splash from, and started doing it in honor of him. You know what I'm saying? Then he was the Guerreros, right? And then Stone Cold tag team with the Undertaker, Dude Love, Shawn Michaels. I mean, he went through a plethora of people. But the point is, when you run only a singles thing and you don't have that chemistry like the Usos, first of all, they're brothers. Second of all they've been doing, except for when Jimmy got hurt, all they were doing was tag team.
Yep.
From the War Paint to the Hood dudes they are now. It's only been tag teams. So when you do that, there is no way in God's green earth they should be winning. All right? I'm going to give a perfect example. I'm going to do an AEW because people might be thinking, what? So let's say FTR, right? And FTR they would have faced Hangman Page and Daniel Bryan because that's the perfect, W would perfectly make them a tag team.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, can coexist? Clearly not. Bryan wants a championship. Hangman doesn't like this dude. He's been fucking up the Dark Order. Work with me, people. You know what I'm saying? There is no way Hangman and this guy should beat FTR. And FTR is literally the embodiment of an 80s tag team.
Arn Anderson and
Busters. You know what I'm saying? Like, they legitimately are 100% the throwback team. And they literally wrestle as one. What I'm trying to say is, when you do stuff like that, like WWE does, those are the perfect. You're destroying your tag team division at the same time you're elevating one individual.
Yep.
First of all, let's understand this. Matt Riddle is a bona fide mixed martial artist. Let's understand this. If Matt Riddle decided to go off the cuff, he's breaking people. Let's understand this completely, right? Shinsuke is another guy. He did MMA as well, so I want you to understand this. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. But Orton, we all know Orton already. Why can't you elevate Riddle? We know Orton's great. You know why we know he's great? Because he's been shoving it down our throats for damn near 15 years or more. You know, because for 5 years he was, we don't know about him. Then he joined Evolution. There it is.
There it goes.
Taking off, yeah. So individuals should never be a true tag team. That makes no sense.
For real.
And he's right. Once Montez Ford leaves the Street Profits, or they write it in that he's gone, tag teams are done.
Mm-hmm.
They're over. At least in WWE will.
Oh,
Luckily, AEW and a lot of the places have actual tag teams. I mean, shit, NXT had some, and now, it's NXT 2.0. So it's ironically, it's 2.0, but you don't fuck with tag teams now.
Double the NXT with half the tag team. All right, hold on real quick. Yo, what's up? What's going on? Pro Wrestling Podcast. Kenny from the Call Up, Big Food, Pimp, Pumpy. What's up, everybody? Let's catch up on some. The first time I've ever saw Lay's Kitchen in the podcast for Lay's Kitchen. You know, he just.
You guys are gonna slowly get a tour of this whole place. So
nice. That's what we look forward to.
Be like, hey, what are we now? We're in the living room.
Yeah,
they're gonna be like, what are we now? Right now we're in the bathroom, and I'm gonna make it awkward for everybody.
Oh, Show's done that before.
What?
On Twitch, he's done that before. He used to play. Yeah, he used to play Call of Duty with us while he was in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you hear the echo and everything. He wasn't on screen though, so if you go on screen, you're gonna be on the next level there. Is Lottie Dottie?
Go. I know where you're at.
Yeah. As soon as he fucking started talking, he was like, "Yo, you in the bathroom?" He's like, "Yeah, man." Pro Wrestling Podcast said, "It's Lottie Dottie. I come to party. We all came to party on this Thursday. You know what that means." WWE is constantly thinking that they can recreate the bar constantly. Yeah, they can't do that because one, they stifle people's talents. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people in the back that will mesh well together, but you're stifling their talent because on paper, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler should be your top tag team. If you're gonna be straight out like that, because there are two individual wrestlers that are phenomenal, but they're actually coexisting and they're becoming a tag team, and they've been together long enough for them to be a staple, not just a fucking footprint. Like, you know, there's the step stool and shit. One tag team that meshed well together so well, like legitimately just looked together was Enzo and Kaz. Well, I mean, they had their mic skills were Enzo's.
I don't think wrestling wise they mesh well. I think charisma and promo wise they mesh well. Actual wrestling, they sucked. Yo, go watch back some of their matches.
Yeah.
ass. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? This is a humble opinion here, but I'm just saying.
What's going on, show? Show's in the building, everybody.
I saw a match they had with FTR when they were the revival, and I was like, yo, they suck because FTR is that good. You're like, damn, I just realized how ass they are. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So yeah.
Damn, show's face is mad close to the shit. What's going on, show? Can you hear us?
Why your face so glossy?
I can't hear you, show. I can't hear you. I don't know if you got a.
I can't hear him either. So you know, we're
Yeah.
like
Tesla Model 3 is his mic. Is your mic on? I don't know. He'll fix it. All right. I can't hear you. All right. Well, anyway, we'll fix it. But yo, the one thing that they had going for them, they were like the second coming of the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws, because of the promos, because of the catchiness of everything.
Except there was no Billy Gunn.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Billy Gunn was literally the athlete in that scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Road Dogg carried you on the mic and him bumping his ass off, and then Billy came in with the hot tag and destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
And it's crazy to see how yes, we can hear you now. Finally, show. We can hear you. Call me now. Show's in there. Welcome, show. Kenny wants to know.
Thank you. How y'all doing, fellas?
We're chilling like a villain of penicillin with a Mac 11. Just wait for 7. You know how we do.
Damn, what you planning on doing with that Mac 11?
Yo, we gotta get some work done. You know what I'm saying? They disrespecting the tag teams out here.
I feel you.
Word. Yo, Kenny wants to know what you guys think of the table spot last night. If you did not watch AEW, I can fill you in on that.
First of all, I feel like that went absolute left because it didn't. Andrade didn't catch any of that shit.
Oh yeah,
that was all Cody.
Yep.
Cody completely fucked that up, and I mean, unless he was like, "Oh, I overshot it for him to get burned," but other than that, I was like, "Oh, it looked cool."
Yeah, it did.
Like, yeah.
You know what's I noticed during that match, Cody had something on his back. I think that was like flame retardant gel or something. He did have some burns on his back.
Yeah.
There was a picture of him on Instagram. He did have some burns on his back. But that shit was crazy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, show. I couldn't hear you before that. I can't see you now though.
My apologies. I wasn't trying to interrupt.
No, do you think, man? Well, you gotta work this shit out. You know what I'm saying? We gotta work it out. But yeah, I felt like that was a dope spot. But yo, you could see in Cody's face that was a please stop booing me, motherfucker. I'm not this nigga. I'm willing to kill myself for you. You know?
I'm ready to just straight up get stabbed and get some sympathy from you guys.
Yeah.
The fire was real because they was turning it off when he was pinning it. I think what's his name? I forgot his name.
Andrade?
El Idolo was turning the fucking fire off his arm.
Yeah.
While he was pinning him. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah. There was part of the table still on his back, and it fell on Andrade's chest, and Andrade was like getting out of his chest and out of his back. Because I think what happened was they let that table burn too long. And that table might not have been treated because I've never seen a table that's been lit on fire smoke like that. Because it was smoking. So,
I agree.
So it was like, maybe they just didn't have, the proper equipment. And also, when they put somebody out on the fire, they extinguish that shit quick.
It could have been also his wife putting way too much lighter fluid on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know many times Brandy's done that. I don't know many times Brandy's actually done that. But if you see it, like she was concentrated. Most of the time, you're kind of like, you're pretty liberal. You kind of like, it's almost like a wax on, wax off. Like you kind of window wipe it.
Yep.
So you can spread it out. So it's not, because if it's concentrated in one spot, it's going to go. Just, that's it. So I don't know.
That's crazy.
No, yeah.
I've seen worse though, Lee. The Asian guy that got, was it Asian? I saw one of the dark side of the ring where this fat guy got burnt, like 3rd degrees burn on a fucking on a move like that.
What are you talking about?
That was crazy.
You might be talking about Abdullah the Butcher. And that's Abdullah the Butcher. That's like Tuesday to him. That's what Abdullah the Butcher does. That's what he does. He loves that kind of shit.
Yeah, he had death matches every fucking day.
Yeah, like on the card, if you see Abdullah the Butcher, there's a death match in there somewhere.
Yeah, Abdullah the Butcher was the guy that these guys nowadays would not want to fight.
Absolutely.
You know, nowadays you got the pizza roll on your face. Abdullah the Butcher had a fucking fork taped in his wrist tape, and he fucked you up with it, no matter if it was against the rules or not. Absolutely. He stuck that fork in your face, bro.
That's Abdullah the Butcher. Yeah, that's him.
Bruiser Brody.
He was like this dude. Like, you know, it's like you see him on a card. There's certain people you see on the card. You think it's your hardcore match. Like when people saw New Jack, we know what we're getting. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Remember?
And even like New Jack would have been light compared to Abdullah.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And the same thing when you see when they had the hardcore thing, when you see Steve Blackman or Bob Holly, you go, oh, so it's gonna be a hardcore match tonight. Got it.
Yep.
No problem. That's what we're doing tonight.
Yep. Because you know what it was. Show is New Jack almost killed the kid because the fucking kid was a rookie and he wanted to teach him a lesson. He just overboarded. Abdullah the Butcher back in the day with Bruiser Brody and all the other strong style Japanese wrestlers, they had to make sure you thought this was real. It was, you know, around New Jack's era, we knew more and more it was I don't want to say fake, but it was predetermined.
It was planned out.
Yeah, it was planned out. This was a show. Back in the day, it was the ultimate fighting. You know what I'm saying? So they literally had to fuck each other up. And sometimes they fucked you up just because they didn't like you. They didn't give a shit if there was 30,000 people watching. They fucked you up because they didn't like you.
Yeah, there's always that fun story that everybody says that at one point it was Bruiser Brody versus Lex Luger, and he stopped selling for Lex Luger. Like, he just stopped. Luger said, nope. He got out of the cage. He looked at him. He goes, nope.
Yep.
Once he stopped selling, because, you know, Luger knows who Bruiser Brody is. And Bruiser Brody knows who Luger is. So if we're going to scrap, he goes, I may look strong, but he's out of his mind.
Yep.
And he literally leaves a cage. Like mid-thing. You got to see it. It's one of the best things you'll ever see. You just
yeah.
Oh, so we're doing this. Nope, we're not.
Not today, sir. Not today.
Not today. I gotta go pose later.
Yeah.
Live for that.
And Brutal Brody, I think, got himself killed because of that. Because in Puerto Rico, he fucked some dude up, and that same dude came back and stabbed his ass like 50 times.
Well,
allegedly.
That whole story, allegedly. That whole story with Brody was that he wanted
allegedly.
He wanted to get in and start a promotion, right? But because he loved going to Puerto Rico so much, he's like, he wanted to do there, but he kind of wanted to force somebody out. And he happened to be, the guy he wanted to force out, he happened to be wrestling that night. So, tomato, shing, shang, shing.
That's it.
Man, he went to the bathroom and they got to work on him. They shanked better with their left in Puerto Rico, apparently, because they got him. You know what I'm saying? Even eyewitnesses, they were like, hey, we know the right people, son. The cops ain't gonna press charges on us. They love us.
Yeah. What was it? Tony Atlas was like, motherfucker, I saw him there. I'm the one pull him off. I'm the one pull him off. Oh, boy. Nah, it wasn't him. Yep. Trust us. Trust us. Yep. We know who did it.
He goes, maybe he has sweat in your eyes. I'm looking at him right now. Yeah, that's what happened.
Nah, that motherfucker is probably in Lopan right now, chilling. It wasn't him. This guy wouldn't hurt a fly.
Exactly. Even though he has blood all over him right now.
Yeah, right. He was doing CPR on the man. He's a hero. Shit. All right, yo. So Kenny goes. A good tag team was TJ and Cesaro, Tyson Kidd.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, if that was a good tag team, and if they had any kind of like respect for tag team wrestling, I believe a lot of these tag teams would still be together. You know, because I remember being any kind of champion, you was the top dude. If you was the tag team champion, you was the top tag team in the business. Intercontinental champion, you was the top guy, the top wrestler, whatever the fucking case may be. You was the best.
You were the top workhorse, period.
Yeah. The world champion, you was the money maker. You know what I'm saying? Now the world champion is the Intercontinental title, and the Intercontinental title is a belt that people put around their waist.
Yep.
You know, I think somebody said they should have just one champion, like one world champion, and they go back and forth between the brands. And when they tried that, it was a cool concept, but I believe that leads to too much interpromotional shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's say Big E's the champion, but right now it's SmackDown's turn and Drew McIntyre is the number one contender.
Yeah.
Who's to stop someone like Seth Rollins or Big E or Finn Balor going to SmackDown saying, yo, fuck you, I want a shot. You know what I'm saying? And then ruining that match. And then just back and forth. And we're just going to have nothing but disqualifications and shit. You know?
Yep. No, I agree.
I honestly think that the WWE champion and the Universal champion should be held more like Brock Lesnar type. Whereas like they don't defend their title all the time.
Or sporadic.
Yeah. You know, like the Intercontinental and the United States Championship should be defended all the time. Like, you know, that should be the main storyline. And then when you got somebody that comes up, you know, they get a title shot. Or we already know this guy's the number one contender, but he's not going to get a title shot until Survivor Series or something. You know, like one of those things, just to build up the Intercontinental title. Or the Intercontinental champion gets the shot. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it will give you a reason to be Intercontinental champion.
That's what everybody goes, yo, if I get that title, then I'll definitely get a shot.
Yep, and that's why the WWE title will only be defended once every few months, because you have to hold the Intercontinental title for a certain amount of time, and you have to defend off everybody else that wants that WWE championship.
Yep.
It's almost like the...
That's what wins and loss matters right there.
Oh, yeah. Remember the Gift to the Gods?
Yeah.
I forgot the promotion. Fuck. Lucha Underground.
Oh, yeah.
Lucha Underground.
When
Yeah.
you got the belt that you got all the year.
Yep. You had to win a tournament to get a piece of the belt, and then you had to win the belt because all those pieces came together. And when you won that, you were the number one contender.
Yep.
I think as of right now, that should be dope because you don't. Shinsuke Nakamura has been champion for what, 100-something days and defended the title once. Rick Boots has got more play than that fucking title.
Yep.
Alley Cat Jack or whatever the fuck that nigga name with Baron Corbin has got more play than that fucking title.
Boss. The funny part is, going back to the Gift of the Gods concept, right? So they would first start, the way it started was awesome, is like you would wrestle to get the medallion first.
Yep.
Everybody had one. And then when you beat somebody else that has one, you get another one. Then you get another one until when you can get the whole title, you put them all in, and then that is your shot. See, and then you make a tournament of more than 8 people, 16 or so, right? So the belt, I think, it has either 10 or so, I think. So you get that, and then at any point in time, it's kind of like a Money in the Bank thing. You can cash it, but the whole thing is it's the main event. It's never the beginning of it's not like what they do with WrestleMania, like title matches right now. Why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing that? What? That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it would literally be the main event of Lucha Underground whenever they did it. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. You know what's crazy when people like, if I think that whole concept of if you're not first, you should, if you're not last on the card, you should be first because you set the tone. I think that whole concept didn't start until like WrestleMania got big, like in the, the 15s, 16s and all other shit, when it became like a bigger spectacle than it was just, then it was just the biggest pay-per-view. Now it's a spectacle. It's this Super Bowl. Any other pay-per-view, you don't want to be first.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're Darby Allin and fucking MJF, you don't want to be first. I can't tell you the first match of Survivor Series.
No, I don't know. But was it Charlotte and thing? It was Charlotte and Becky, right?
Yes, it was Charlotte and Becky. It was.
And you know why I remember that? Because somebody emailed Kenny the wrong one, and they emailed Kenny the right program, and then that same night they switched it.
Yep.
Because it's supposed to be Roman and Big E.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden somebody goes, "Wait, that doesn't make any sense." It was like, "You think? It's a world heavyweight title. You think? You stupid bastards." Then they switched it to that.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it it was kind of unfair to everybody else because it set a good tone, right? And then all of a sudden, everything else kind of fell by the wayside, kind of picked up a little bit, and went right back down until the end, until the Big E and Roman match.
Which I think that match was a little bit too slow.
Which one?
The Big E and
Well,
Roman.
the thing is, now for some reason they're giving Roman this very slow, deliberate pace. Like it can pick up here and there, but now his whole thing is he's almost like a kind of like a little faster Randy Orton kind of thing. It's very methodical, and I'm like, yo, I understand he's become a thinking wrestler, but what the fuck, son?
Yeah, that pace doesn't go well with a lot of the people you wrestle. Like Big E ain't for that pace. Big E's never been for that pace. Big E's been a high impact, balls to the wall wrestler. And
so was Roman until he became the tribal chief. He was literally like, I mean, he had a great SummerSlam match with Randy, great one with AJ Styles. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, it's a lot slower now than before.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand with Edge. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but with Jay. Honestly, that match with Jay didn't need to be in a cage. It made no sense. But, you know, yeah.
I hear you. And sometimes it works, his, deliberate pace when he wants to show off and he's like, yo, I'm better than this thing. But the entire match, it's like, all right, I'm becoming uninterested. I didn't pay to watch you walk around the ring and hit this dude every 5 minutes. I didn't do that. I didn't sign up for that. I wanted Roman Reigns versus Big E. I didn't want Big E laying on the floor.
Yeah. And I understand that, you're trying to get the reaction, solicit the reaction from the crowd and you're talking shit to them. But my man, this is damn near Booker T getting the pedigree. 30 seconds later, he gets pinned.
Yeah.
That's like, my man, Big E should not be down for that long. That is a very big man and he's still young.
Yep.
Technically, both of you guys are. And the thing that always drives me crazy when somebody hits him in the head, no longer does a Samoan thing where that shit doesn't phase him.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember years ago you hit a Samoan in the head and people were like, that's stupid.
Yep, you headbutt him and boom.
This is funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen people, I remember somebody was headbutting the head shrinkers and they were like, that was stupid. They were like, that's what we do.
Yeah, like the head shrinkers would get fucked up and then they get headbutted like, really, nigga?
You hit me anywhere else, bro, the head.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, so you're telling me the tribal chief doesn't have a hard head? I mean, to be a leader, you gotta be hard-headed somehow. You gotta be like stern about shit. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wish they would bring that back, but it's whatever.
Oh yeah. The Pro Wrestling Podcast says, in my opinion, Cody knows exactly what he's doing with the crowd, and he is being a heel by not becoming a heel. I think that's genius. To be honest with you, I think so also.
Yeah, no, because come on now. Cody made Stardust kind of appealing.
Yeah.
So what do you do if a guy can do that and then pretty much build a promotion from the ground up with somebody else's money, of course, but still make it successful because we're talking about AEW and Cody right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's because of one off pay-per-view that became a thing. I feel like, he was like, he's going to do the whole, I'm kind of mirror Triple H to the point where everybody goes, you might be the best heel in the business right now, son, next to MJF and his promos.
Which I think MJF and his promos are starting to lack a little. I don't know if he's not used to, the freedom of talking about people in another company and shit, but some of the shit he's saying is like, all right, you could have went harder on that. Like a real fan that's disappointed that CM Punk left WWE could have went harder than that.
The thing you can think about it is, first of all, let's remember the thing. This is the first promo between both of them. You know what I mean? So you kind of gotta bait people in and bring them in slowly, and then let's say they haven't, because they should at least have, I feel, 3 to 4 promos before a match or whatever. They can interfere in each other's matches or whatever, and he spoke about it winning the
Diamond, the Diamond Battle Royal.
Yeah, whatever, that thing. Let Punk cost him that. Makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And during that whole thing, midway through, Punk makes Wardlow understand, do you realize that you're being used by this dude? No, you're just an idiot. And then Punk and Wardlow have a match. And then Wardlow realizes that he ain't come out to help him, but he's always been helping him the whole time. He goes, yo, what the fuck? Where's this dude? Show me no love? And then Punk doesn't get over. He shouldn't win just to put over, the fifth pillar. Fifth pillar.
Yeah.
Fifth pillar. Yeah, that's what You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there's going to be at least 4 promos with these guys. And that's when everything starts getting, it'll get personal. And then you do more of that. Like when Edge said that thing about the Miz, I was like, that's a lie. You're an idiot. Who wrote that for you? You're better than that Edge. I don't like Edge at all, but I've heard Edge do better promos than that.
Yeah.
Like the X-Pac thing, well, character evolution. You evolve as a character. Like moi. That shit, I was like, oh, really? This is the thing you guys are going to do now? This shit? I thought AEW wasn't competition.
Yeah.
Sounded like it.
Yo, apparently people didn't. They thought that was in poor taste. The Edge spot where he said you was out dancing while your best friend got fired, and when Liv Morgan said that my best friends got fired because of your big ass contracts.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It is. These are people losing their livelihoods. You know what I mean? You don't bank on it, and you're talking about budget cuts, and you're doing this shit frequently. That's really disrespectful to the people that did get released, in my opinion, and disrespectful to the fans. You're like, oh, that's funny. No, that's not. That's fucked up. This is not the time to be firing people, dude. Shit is rough out there. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they first started. What's going on, Mick? Especially when they first started, that was like, dude, you're literally the big dog in the game. You can afford to keep people on. You know what I'm saying? Especially since you're like cutting corners and everything else. You're not traveling, so you're not paying for expenses or shit like that. You're not paying their medical insurance because, you guys are assholes. So, come on. See? If ROH can do it, you definitely could do
it. For real. And, to be honest with you, I kind of liked it. Just because it wasn't... when MJF and CM Punk did it, it wasn't expected.
Yep.
From MJF. From CM Punk, I get it. And I want to get into his character and his matches, after this. But when Edge said it, and then the Miz said it, and they're like, "Yo, you're in people's heads" and all that. I felt that could have been done a lot better. Like, I don't mind them talking about you left your man to get fired, that bullshit. Because at the end of the day, this is what people are thinking, but not towards the wrestlers, towards the company. So when Liv Morgan says that, I don't think it's disrespectful to Ruby Riott and to Sarah Logan. What I think it's more of a shot at the company, where it's like, yo, you're bringing to life what people feel about the company. You just throwing it on Becky Lynch. Mm-hmm. So when somebody says something like that, it's almost a subliminal, where I'm not taking it as Liv saying it to Becky. I'm saying it. I'm taking it as Liv saying it to WWE. And I feel like she does need to say shit like that to them. And for CM Punk to be like, you're a less famous Miz to MJF, it's kind of accurate. Just the way that the two personas work. I can see MJF doing what the Miz is doing now. But when Edge does that whole shit, you left to dance to get your boy fired, that would have made sense if they fired Morrison because there was nothing for him to do because the Miz is gone.
Yeah.
But they fired Morrison because of budget cuts, and I'm pretty sure he was hard to work with or whatever the fuck case may be.
Yeah, even though he was in Europe when that happened.
Yeah. But yeah, and before we get into the CM Punk, Anthony Ogogo's back. That's what Kenny said in the podcast. Pro Wrestling Podcast said the first promo that MJF and CM Punk had, I just felt like it was stuff that they were all been saying for months. Yeah, that's true. There wasn't really, it was almost like, all right, who can say the bigger name in the situation of this? Because MJF went straight for Triple H. And then CM Punk was like, "Well, you're gonna, have to fuck this guy's daughter to become big, also." And that was, it was an moment at the time, but it's nothing I see in lasting. It's not like the rap battles where they made fun of Xavier Woods for fucking Paige in the porn. That was a hard hit right there.
Yeah.
But
that tape was fresh.
Oh yeah. I was watching a video where somebody was saying that they think that with CM Punk wrestling these new guys and barely beating them, it's hurting his character. And I would say the opposite. Because think about it. CM Punk left the WWE. A year later, he had his first MMA fight, got washed. A year after that, he had his second MMA fight, got washed again. He wasn't wrestling. He was training for MMA. And MMA and wrestling are two different things.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And when he came back to AEW, I assume he started training wrestling right after he made the decision, I'm going to sign with AEW.
Absolutely.
He didn't start training wrestling on something, I'll make my comeback, whoever takes me gets me. No. So for him to go up against these new guys he never seen before, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't scouting the competition. He said he wasn't watching wrestling. He said he wasn't watching none of this shit. To go up against the guys that he never seen before. Darby Allin, he heard about this dude. He never seen him. Hobbs, he never seen him. The dude that he fought last night on Dynamite. Yes, him. Never seen him. To have problems with them, on top of the fact that he just started training back in wrestling, he's got to get that ring rust off. He got to get that endurance back, and he got to figure out these new guys. If he was fighting Daniel Bryan, it would be a different story. He lived with Daniel Bryan for years. He's not wrestling those guys any fucking more. He's wrestling new people he never seen.
Yep.
You think if Tyson came into the boxing ring with fucking Fury right now, that he'll wash him like every other fucking person? It's a different game out here. It's a totally different game.
Absolutely.
And I like it's more realistic to me that he has to get back on the level that he was. Like, how you leave for 10 years and come back and you're Edge? Because I remember Edge was the point where if he sneezed too hard, he was paralyzed or some shit like that. But now Edge is in the greatest wrestling match of all time. His second match back after 10 years. Wait, what?
I mean, after that Rumble performance where he was on the floor mostly, he got a good hour of rest in that match. So yeah, no, I get it. I'm like, no, but it like, I'm with you. It's very realistic. Like, yo, the guy has 7 years. You don't do this. You come back in. The style is completely different. It's a style that you know, but you don't know the players in the style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you've been doing it in ROH. You were doing it in Impact a little bit. Now you come in. This is all these guys are younger than you, first and foremost. Let's just get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? And then their styles, everybody's a little bit different.
Yep.
Yeah, so you gotta, like anything, it's just like MMA. Yo, you go in there, you're a wrestler, you're fighting a dude that's mainly a kickboxer, you're gonna try to take him down. But what if that dude knows jits? Now you have a problem. Because I gotta adjust to this now. Because all of a sudden I didn't know the dude could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm perfect with you. When they say that, I go, first of all, you gotta get back into it, right? And not all your matches are gonna be Eddie Kingston, you know what I'm saying? Or Darby Allin or whatever. It's gonna change.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta wrestle everybody. MJF is completely different from Lee Moriarty. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are high flyers, some guys brawl, some guys are technical, some guys have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and some guys know more tricks than others.
Absolutely.
I would expect MJF to be on a different level than Moriarty. Lee Moriarty. All right, Lee Moriarty.
Moriarty is the name of the main villain for Sherlock Holmes.
Okay. So for Lee Moriarty, he's on a different level because, he's a bad guy. He's a heel. So he has to do those dirty tricks and all other shit.
Mm-hmm.
But two, he knows that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows the power of the headlock. He knows that I don't need to jump off of one rope to the other rope to the next rope to do a flip on you when I can just poke you in the eye. You know what I'm saying? Things come with experience. You know? Remember back in the day when JR used to see these guys and be like, yo, there's a lot of wasted motion here? Like, why did my man do 15 cartwheels to jump over the top rope and hit him when he could have just ran through the shit or something? You know, there's a lot of wasted motion in some of these people, and MJF ain't gonna have that wasted motion.
Absolutely.
You know, so it becomes more realistic. It's crazy how we can have this conversation about AEW and the way the characters are growing, and people might not even see it, but we can get this. You know, looking at the levels, the layers of AEW's story. You can't get this off of WWE.
No.
Not now.
No, absolutely not now.
With Tiger style? Is that supposed to be the Tiger style?
I have no idea what that means.
Hey.
You want to elaborate? Pro Wrestling Podcast?
For real. You got me over here like we was in yesterday.
Yep.
Did we not learn from yesterday's comments?
You guys get once again, say it out loud and goes, can't that translate if I type it out?
Word, you know? Give us a little bit, a little description underneath the title of that story right there, you know? But yeah, man. Yo, I asked this question too much, but I was gonna say, do you see the WWE bouncing back to any kind of remnants of the wrestling that we grew up on?
No, it's it would only happen if McMahon is gone. But you know, it's a how do I say this correctly? It's a fucking shit show now, right? And they have the crowd. So at this point, they saw people still came and they made massive profit without the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "Oh, we're gonna just give a shit. We're gonna make money anyway." So that's the attitude is we're gonna make money regardless.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what our product is like. You know what I mean? And that's for me. That's the attitude I get whenever I see any of the production. It's like, "Oh, we're gonna make money anyway." So fuck y'all.
Pretty much. That's what I see. Also, I see a bunch of fuck you in the way they do their things.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
absolutely.
The biggest fuck yous I've seen was Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Bobby Lashley.
Oh yeah.
You know, putting the title on them was a big. Kofi Kingston was a subtle fuck you, and Bobby Lashley and Big E are a big fuck you. Because at least Kofi Kingston, he bring the title to Africa, and you know, he had his 24/7 shit, and he held the title for almost like a, you know, good 6-8 months, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he had a respectable 7 seconds of losing the championship. And, you know, Bobby Lashley, he won the title after that, and he had a whole 4 months of fighting Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's the only person I know that can lose his way to a title shot. Constantly.
Literally.
Oh, yeah.
Like, again and again. And you're like, how is he getting the title shot again?
Yeah.
I mean, remember at one point he lost, and then he got a second chance because he lost it to qualify for the ladder match. Then he got a second chance, got in and still lost.
Yep. The same night.
Yep.
He lost the shot to get to the title, the ladder match, and then won the later on that night won a shot at the ladder match, and then lost again.
Yep.
What what's going on? There's no explanation for this. This would be more acceptable, like what's going on with him in SmackDown if what's his name, Joe Punji, the bald motherfucker. We're gonna call him Joe Punji. If Joe Punji went up to Drew McIntyre and was like, "Yo, listen, we didn't put you in the Battle Royal because you lost your last 15 title shots. Why are we gonna give you another one?" You know, we want to have other people, you know, step up and do some other shit.
Yep. No, I agree. You're just like, why? Why do you keep giving that title shot? It's over, son. But then again, you have nobody behind him to build. You don't build anybody, so there's no follow.
Yeah.
So we gotta get Drew 37 times.
Yep.
Trying to win.
And I was trying to think of this for Big E, but who has Big E defended his title against besides Bobby Lashley?
I have no idea. Like I'm literally drawing a blank as you tell me that.
Yeah.
Maybe Kenny knows.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat, besides Bobby Lashley, who's Big E defended his championship against? Because I'm lost right now. It's almost like, who's the United States champion? You got to sit there and think about Damian Priest. because he hasn't been on the show, and he's been snapping. And then who's the Intercontinental Champion?
That one I had to think about for a while. I was like,
Yep.
who's it? Is it no Apollo is now on?
Yep.
And then I'm like, they wouldn't give it to Ricochet because they're stupid. Shinsuke.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Kenny goes, Kofi I can understand, but why Bobby and Biggie? It's, to be honest with you, yeah, Biggie and Bobby Lashley are the prototypical wrestlers that Vince loves. You know, take away the skin color, but that's the type that Vince loves. Big brute. And Biggie's even more because he has charisma. He has that type of energy that, you know, he can be a fantastic face. Where, like I always say, you don't need everyone and anyone to cut a promo. Like, because to be honest with you, if Bobby Lashley came out and beat the shit out of somebody, that to me says a lot more than him talking. I'm the impeccable Bobby Lashley. I am the almighty. Beat the shit out of someone. You're a big imposing motherfucker. Beat the shit out of somebody. Brock Lesnar don't say but 2 words, but he F5s everybody he sees. Enough said. Because they didn't have anyone for Bobby. Anybody could have been for Bobby. Bobby had beautiful matches with Jeff Hardy in TNA. He had good matches with EC3 in TNA. He had good matches with Bobby Roode in TNA. Like he did his thing in fucking TNA, but Bobby Lashley when he was the champion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that was what I was trying to bring across to show. The show didn't get Bobby Lashley. He didn't understand Bobby Lashley because he didn't know him. But I was trying to, convey that to him in TNA. Bobby Lashley did a lot of shit with a lot of people that not even on the fucking NXT anymore in WWE, you know?
Yep. Agreed. Like 100%.
Yeah. And Big E can open up the floodgates for newer people. It's like Big E was Intercontinental Champion. The first person he defended the title against was Kevin Owens. Now he's the WWE Champion. He's fighting Kevin Owens again? Hello? If you have a memory longer than fucking 10 months, you've seen everything WWE's doing already.
Well, like, I've seen this before. This looks familiar because you've seen it 8 times. You've literally seen this match 8 times, dude. 8 different times.
Yep.
On 3 different brands.
Yep. And Pro Wrestling Podcast just bring up a very good point. He goes, if they had any foresight, he said long-term ideas, but if they had any foresight and not fired Miro, they could have had him. They could have had him for Bobby Lashley because that would have been an awesome WWE Championship rivalry right there. Take Lana out of the shit, or Miro with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and apparently I remember reading somewhere that Roman loved working with Miro. You know what I'm saying? Like he loved to work with him because he goes, he's good. He was a big guy, and he can actually put a mic in his hand. He can talk.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So there it is. They literally had everything at their disposal, and they said, "No, let's make this shit harder for us."
Yep. And
That's too simple. Fuck that.
Yep. and speaking of long term, which the WWE doesn't do, but the one thing I loved about the Fiend was that every rivalry the Fiend had, there was history between Bray Wyatt and that person. The Fiend had history with.
It was almost like you hire an assassin for your hit list. Like everybody had a problem with before, I'm eventually going to get to.
Yep. Because it was like, the Fiend was made to protect Bray Wyatt pretty much. And that's something that a lot of people do. They create these alter egos to protect themselves. And the Fiend was made, and what'd he do? He went after John Cena, who fucked up Bray Wyatt's run in WrestleMania. He went after Randy Orton, who, burnt down his house. He went after Kane, who did this to him. He went after Daniel Bryan, who did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going after people that had shit, to him. Now imagine if he would have went to Bobby Lashley or like, the Hurt Business, and they would have just came out with some other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, there's so much shit you could have did with the Fiend. That's crazy. Like, think about it. Everybody say, "Oh, the Fiend, he's an unbeatable character. You can't play him for that long." But the Undertaker and Kane have had a 30-year career, and they ain't changed their character.
Not a damn thing.
You know what I'm saying? The Fiend isn't believable for long term, but you had the fucking Undertaker, who literally was a man that you hit him, he felt no pain.
Agreed.
Do we not like, this is what I'm saying. If you have memory longer than 10 months, nothing they do makes sense.
I mean, now I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, if they book something longer than 2 months, I'm shocked. Or they revisit something, I go, oh, so you guys are, oh, so this history now. You know?
Oh yeah. Blue Cheese, show beat you, but he was in his car, so his service sucked, so he just dropped out. But appreciate you being here. Pro Wrestling Podcast said the Demon versus Fiend would have been dope. That would have been crazy. And Kenny was like, that's an old Jeff Hardy. Well, that's a younger Jeff Hardy and Bobby Roode from TNA, and not the same guys. That's true, because WWE beat down their fucking spirits. You can't wrestle the way you used to wrestle in TNA and then beat your ass down. Now you're just a shell of a fucking... Yeah, the Demon versus the top turnbuckle. Yo, bro, that'd be
on the top turnbuckle.
That would have to be a non-sanctioned death match.
Yeah, and above all that, I want lumberjacks.
Yeah. So that way the Demon can't run out of the ring and run away from the turnbuckle.
Exactly.
The deadly
confined him to face his demon. You see what you do there?
There you go.
Face his demon.
I like that one.
Top of the head, I'm still writing better than those guys.
Yeah, for real. And man, oh man, if you would have just left the Demon out of Roman Reigns, or if they would have figured out a way to have the Demon win that match without ruining the Demon, because I felt like him falling off that turnbuckle ruined the Demon. The aura of the Demon's gone. You know, if they would have had, just the Samoan dynasty come down with Kishi and other people fucking up the Demon and taking his ass out of there, you know what I'm saying, on behalf of the tribal chief, you'd have been like, yo, how big is his family? Oh, we run deep. You know what I'm saying? And then the match never ends, but you don't hurt the Demon. You know, like, you made Seth Rollins get disqualified by hitting the Fiend with a hammer in the Hell in a Cell. The Fiend is buried underneath chairs and ladders, and Seth Rollins hits him with a hammer. Hits the ladder with the hammer, and that's too much for the ref. Meanwhile, The Undertaker literally threw Mankind off of the Hell in a Cell, and then threw it. And they still had the match after that. But that hammer, boy.
He hung the big boss man.
Yes. He did. He hung him, lynched his ass.
In a cage.
Yep.
Mankind was back body dropped through a cage.
Multiple times.
Jericho lit, if I'm not mistaken, a board with barbed wire on fire and hit Triple H with it.
Yep.
Still didn't disqualify him. Outside of the cage, by the way.
Mm-hmm. But that Harley Quinn hammer, that's too much, though. Let's not go crazy here, people.
That mallet, you can't be swinging that mallet like that. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, let's remember also that Charlotte Flair got disqualified. No, Rhea Ripley got disqualified for hitting Charlotte Flair head on the announcer's table.
Oh yeah.
That's too much. That's too much.
Yeah. You're a savage, Rhea Ripley. How dare you? You almost
that's done every 2 days.
Randy Orton literally picks people up and backdrops them on the table. On the fuck, he almost killed one of the Singh brothers doing that shit.
Man,
that's fine.
He said,
yeah, that's fine. But
he's like, yo, I fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah, but nobody got up and called him stupid.
Right?
The Singh brother got up and like, yo, what the fuck, man? You almost murdered me.
Mm-hmm. That's fine though, right? Yeah. But Rhea Ripley, no, you went too far, bouncing Charlotte's head off the table. You went too fucking far.
Asshole.
Are we not civilized people in this? Hitting people with mallets and their heads on tables.
Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah. But I can just swing a sledgehammer to your gut, but once I get a mallet out.
Word. I'll tell you one thing. The one credit we can give the WWE over AEW is that they're smart. Yeah. They're cerebral. Because what's a better way to have Kevin Owens interjected in that triple threat match than to have Seth Rollins beat him up and get him disqualified and get Big E disqualified. I would have never thought that. With Seth Rollins sitting outside commentating on the match, I would have never thought that he in some way, somehow would have got involved in that match. Who thought? That's genius level intellect.
Yo, that makes Seth Rollins look so stupid. Like the architect is an idiot. His career is literally built on being intelligent. Let's cut the shit. And he made the dumbest fucking move ever. How do you remedy that? How do you remedy that? You hit Big E.
Yeah. You should never got disqualified when I hit Kevin Owens, asshole.
I hit Big E. Kevin Owens wins. He has to win. You know, but you're like, why would you want? You don't want him in the match, but yet you give him a free ticket.
Huh?
Unless the thing is like, yo, you can't win by DQ, which my man Adam Pearson never said anything about that.
You know what the crazy shit is, Lay? I was talking to my brother about this, and I told him, I was like, if you can't win the championship off a count out and DQ, you should not be able to win a number one contendership off a count out or DQ.
Agreed. 100%. Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can win the match, but you don't win the prize.
Mm-hmm.
Because it
I
should
feel like
straight up.
now. You got to be like, yo, you can't win the match, DQ, disqualification, and a roll up. Can't be a roll up. Like once you do it, the ref goes, nope, no roll ups. Tired of this. Too many of these already.
Right?
But no, but I agree with you. You're right. Yeah, there's no way to. That's because if it's good enough for a championship match, how is it not good enough for the guy that's about to challenge the champion?
Yep. And that's the biggest problem with the WWE. Fuck the storylines. Fuck all that other shit. Their morals, what they stand for, their rules are being diminished. All of that is being diminished. I remember in WCW, the Macho Man had a United States Championship match against Arn Anderson. I believe it was Arn Anderson. And the rules of that match was, it was 30 minutes long. After the 30 minutes, the match still went on. But if the Macho Man won, he would no longer be the champion. He had to beat Arn Anderson within the allowed time slot.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, let's say the match was 15 minutes long, right? And Macho Man, 15 minutes passed, but Macho Man hit him with the elbow and pinned him. Macho Man won the match, but he didn't win the title. Mm-hmm. And I saw that and I was like, yo, that actually is championship advantage. You have to beat me within the United States Championship rules of 15-minute long matches or a half-hour long match. You know how this match is an hour long, is 60-minute time limit. You go over the time limit, you're no longer the champion. You have 60 minutes to beat this dude. I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's a thought. I was like, yo, that's crazy. The stipulation is crazy.
I mean, remember, back in the days, you were like, oh, this match has a 10-minute time limit. That's what they did with Daniel Bryan and
Omega,
Kenny Omega. They're like, yo, it's half an hour to this match. Just draw. So nobody ultimately looked weak. They all look good. They're like, yo, they just got to the point where there's that whole Michael Jordan thing. Yo, I never lost. I just ran out of time.
Yep.
And that kind of match gives you that with both of them. And it's genius. When you right away start that pay-per-view off like, oh, this match has a 15-minute time limit. All right. So you got to get shit in 15 minutes, bro, or you're going to draw out.
Yep.
And that's perfect for if they're – that's one thing I'm not a fan of AEW. They say that the wins and losses matter, right? The Ass Boys, from you're telling me, they were like perfect until Sting.
Yes.
Like the Ass Boys were like on fire, mostly because they were in Dark and Elevation, but the win's a win.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like you said, they got no title shots. And I'm like, yo, gotta give the Ass Boys something. Give him a TV title shot. Shit, I don't care if it's the son. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
If you everything about wrestling, you have pro wrestling. You can use it. You can use everything properly. A roll up can work, especially if it's like that. What's that kid's name? Del Fuego.
Oh, Del Sol.
That kid was a roll up. That kid was a roll up. MJF. You go, oh shit!
He pulled that one out of his ass. Yeah,
it's a roll up. He didn't like decimate. No, he hit him with his finisher, which I don't even know what the fuck it is. But
Yeah.
if he rolls him up, like, and he runs out, like, oh shit. That's that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 Kid Razor Ramon shit all over again. You go,
Yep.
how the fuck did he get away with that?
Yeah, Ruby Soho and Statlander ended in a roll up.
Yep.
And I saw that match. I was like, yo, that was a good ending. That was a good way to end the match because it was literally, there was nothing else I could do. I have to catch you. You know, that was one of those, yo, if this shit don't work, I don't know what to do. That was, you know what I'm saying? Because those roll-ups are desperation. You know? And you now all of a sudden it's a fucking finishing move.
Yeah.
It became a super kick. Yeah.
Yeah, you could literally that move could literally be like, yo, we know each other so well, I have to pull something out of my ass to make sure I win somehow. Show's gonna hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? But it's literally that. It's gonna be one of those things where, like, yo, like let's say if the Usos were to wrestle each other, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The camera's getting it. Let's say the Usos were to wrestle each other, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy or Jay, one of them would have to pull up a roll up or something. Yo, my man, we were born minutes apart. No one knows you better than I do. So I got to pull some shit that you would never expect me to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was the same thing. Two people that are equal. You know what I'm saying? And thank you. You know what I'm saying? Two people that pretty much came up the same. It would be like if Punk and Daniel Bryan do it, right? And Daniel, when Punk rolls up, you're like, I mean, they do know each other.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where the roll-up is perfect, not 4 matches in a row.
Yeah. Honestly. And speaking of the roll-ups, I think the WWE should stop doing roll-ups and stop doing false finishes and go back to winning. And we're going to bring it back to the tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly believe there should be one tag team champion because there aren't enough tag teams. And that tag team should be someone new. You know, like if you're going to do, if Gargano and, I was going to call him Saskatchewan, I don't know why. If Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa came to the main, if they came to the main roster as DIY, I want them to be the tag team champions and have every other tag team step up to their level. Because they were phenomenal tag team, against FTR and all those other fucking tag teams that were in NXT. Let them step up to that level. And then you keep the New Day and all those other people there.
That's one of those rare cases where the individuals, like we said before, can be a tag team, and they make even better rivals.
Yep.
See, like one of their matches, like let's say they break up again, they become that, and one of them ends in a roll up. You're like, how many times have these guys fucking wrestled each other? It makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get a tag team like those two guys, by the way, Johnny, leave. Come on, Gargano. Khan has money. Go. Riley, you're smart. You didn't sign an extension, my man. Everybody else. But yeah, you put them together and you give them the tag team titles, and it's believable because they held it in NXT. They're both great wrestlers. They've held almost every title in NXT you could have.
Yeah.
It would make perfect sense for those guys. But they come up, and if that's their first titles they get, great. And maybe Gargano or Ciampa, maybe one of them gets the IC title while they're holding that. And that brings up the jealousy. Like, yo, wait, I have one belt, you have 2. Pretty fucked up. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Don't succeed getting the world title, then you still like, I still got to tag with this thing, and he got that title? You know what I mean? That would work more if Johnny had it. Because Ciampa's the one that'll get, like, I love Goldie.
Yeah.
Goes, yeah, but you got that silver crap on you right now. It's not gold, that's silver.
Yeah.
Like Gargano makes fun of him, like, that's silver. This is gold. He goes, that's true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, he gave you a setup. I gave you the storyline to break him up. Not in 2 months. It's not a year and a half. Let him hold them tag team titles. Let him hold it down.
Yeah, once you develop your tag team fucking division.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny says that was a different era. Nowadays, people are too soft to see shit like that. That's true. Just like Roman Reigns and Edge all over again. Kevin Owens is going to be gone in February, and Pro Wrestling Podcast said, word, Kenny, Mount Rushmore sounds pretty nice this time of year. And they want to know if it's raining by you, Show.
like a fucking motherfucker. Look at this. Why, y'all hear it?
Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's all good.
How? There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
That's your back. It's
Yeah.
too weather.
I take
extra noise.
yo, show you should get one of those vent clips for your phone. I think you know, they're like $5 or something like that. That way you could clip it to the vent on the AC, and then you don't have to worry about jangling your phone. Because I'm watching you, and I'm like, yo, this guy's gonna crash. He's gonna drop that phone, and he's gonna be like, oh, boof, and then I might have to run out of here. I have no idea where the fuck I'm going. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm not gonna. You know why I'm not gonna crash? Because I ain't even driving, dog.
oh, you got the autopilot on?
Hell yeah. I
You
ain't
really,
driving.
you really think it's smart to do that in the rain?
I mean, let's see if Elon Musk puts his fucking shit where his mouth is.
Or your life.
Right?
My life. You say you want to bet your life on that?
I mean,
Damn, I'm showing my stomach. What's going on here?
I don't know, man, but you know what? We're happy to have you here.
Oh yeah. BG says she's setting up. She'll be on real soon.
Okay.
All right.
Nice,
So
nice.
I'll at least stay till she gets here. At least keep that company.
I mean, you can stay here as long as you want. You know, you part of this fucking show.
Oh, I
Yo.
appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm part of the family.
you know, last time I fucking checked, your name was on the card, motherfucker.
Like when people set it up, they put at show enough
Yeah.
on Instagram. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all.
Certain
Thank you
people,
involving me.
yeah, certain people would say you're their favorite.
Yeah.
For real? I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Pro Wrestling Podcast quoted, "Put this shit where his mouth is." Yo, is that quote of the night, Pro Wrestling? Let me know, because you know I tweet out quotes of the night.
It's kind of early. It's kind of early, but
Yeah.
it could be.
Hey,
Save that one
write
down.
it
Save that
down
one.
and see.
Yeah, save that one down. So, show you watched Raw, some of it. What'd you think of it?
This one was a little more interesting than the other ones because I didn't fall asleep this time. I didn't lay down. I actually finished this one. My battery died, which didn't count.
Yeah.
But it was okay for Raw. I don't know if you disagree. It was okay.
You know what's crazy, show? And I was telling this to Kenny. We giving too much credit to the WWE right now. Because
Well,
that Raw was good for Raw standards. But Raw standards are so fucking low that anything would be better. Like, we can literally watch two turtles fucking on Raw, and that would have been the best Raw they had all year. Because it would have been something different. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
And the match with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor was no means a bad match. But any two other people could have had that same allotted of time, and it would have did the same shit in that match. So I'm not gonna give him fucking credit for it. It's like, come on. I remember back in the day, it was one of those, you guys have 10 minutes, go do the match, he gotta win. Now it almost feels like every second of that match is accounted for. And not everybody's Macho Man and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. You know? Let these men fly. Let these men be peacocks. You know what I'm saying?
let them figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what? And here's the funny part is, right? Like you said two guys, right? You said Seth Rollins, right? And you Finn Balor, right? Seriously. Really? Those guys don't get 20 minutes to just fucking have a balls to the wall match? Those two guys. Anybody else on that card, I don't give a fuck about at this point, right?
Yeah.
But those two guys have a match. You give those guys 20 minutes and goes, fellas, do what you do best. What's that? Fucking wrestling.
Right?
That's all you do. You sit back and let those two dudes figure it out. They go. They do their spots, not just 5 moves. They do the spots that Tyler Black and Prince Devitt would do. Somebody's lost out there. Tyler Black was Seth Rollins' own name in ROH, and Prince Devitt was Finn Balor's name in New Japan. Look up the matches for both guys. Tyler Black, they have him online, and Prince Devitt. Well, you can look Prince Devitt, the rock and roller. That's when he became part of the Bullet Club. So
Okay.
that's guess. So
When
he just let those two
he-
amazing talents do it.
Which one
He
was your
created the
favorite
Bullet
out of
Club,
all
right?
of them?
Huh? It's him and Carl Anderson. Ultimately, they ultimately came up with the Bullet Club. You know what I mean? Clearly, they were. Here's the part that I love about it, that people forget that the New World Order was created because of something that Bishop saw in New Japan.
Yeah. He
Kind
actually
of invaded storyline, and then turn it around. These guys were huge fans of the NWO. They made the Bullet Club. So what came first, the chicken or the egg? Here, the chicken did, because Eric got it from New Japan.
Yep.
So if anybody's ripping anybody off, it's NWO off New Japan.
And
There you
when
go.
WCW did a Japan tour, they actually shed light on that. They had their NWO Japan there with I don't not Masato Tanaka, but who's the dude Ultimo Dragon's manager? Sonny
Yeah, his name escapes me right
Sonny
now.
not Sonny Ono.
Damn, I thought I got one right.
Nah. Yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Kenny.
I know
Kenny or
Kenny.
Pro Wrestling Podcast,
Yeah, I
come
know you guys know this shit.
Ultimo Dragon's manager, little conniving punk.
What up,
Oh,
Gigi?
Gigi might know.
Yo, Gigi, you remember
Hey,
Ultimo
guys.
Dragon's what up? You remember Ultimo Dragon's manager in WCW?
WCW?
No, not off the top of my head right now.
Yeah.
Ultimo Dragon?
Yeah.
When he had the 9 belts. Well, 10 with the cruiserweight title.
I remember the boss. I just don't remember the manager.
It could have been. I think it might have been Thing. I think Joe might be right though.
Sonny Ono, the
Might be
guy, little
Sonny.
Asian guy with the glasses.
I think you're right, because he became Ernest the Cat Miller's the manager
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he was.
There you
He was
go.
managed by Sonny Ono. Yeah.
It is.
There you go.
It is Sonny Ono.
Sonny Ono, yes.
Oh, shit.
Google confirmed it.
Good shit, Joe.
Hey, there you
Y'all
go.
got one right. Shit. One for the show.
I thought
Por
the Ono
fin.
was the one who got rid of the Beatles.
Ah.
That's what I was
Ah.
The one that broke him up.
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted.
Yeah. No, but honestly, yeah, man, you have the hell of the NWO thing, but leading back to, you have Seth Rollins and you have Finn Balor not having a 20-minute match on Raw where they can just do them is fucking absurd.
Yeah.
And you know what's the great part about the great part is, right?
I agree.
You can do it to a draw like Kenny and Daniel because it's believable because they're both that good. And then right there, Balor can go, listen, after you guys are done
But it
with
would be
that,
copied.
after you're done with that, I took the number one contender to the limit. I feel I should get a title shot. I took him to the limit. So, and he's the number one contender. You know what I'm saying? I didn't eke in like Kevin Owens, little shot. You know what I'm saying? So I should get a shot. And then have Balor turn heel, and there you go.
Word.
Or at least be the Finn Balor from NXT. I was a fan of that guy. Wasn't necessarily a heel, but he wasn't a smiling idiot.
Yeah. And yo, they fucked up letting Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows go.
Especially because the way they showed up.
It was the Bullet Club.
That's like that invasion angle right there.
Yep. But
They had so much to go for.
Right?
oh yeah. You
know what I'm
notice
saying?
the WWE, from my count, if I'm not mistaken, it'd be off the top of my head, Ric Flair, the Radicals, the Invasion, and now the Bullet Club. That's 0 for 4. They miss every single invasion angle they've ever done. When Ric Flair first came with the WCW title, they fucked that up. When the Radicals came over from WCW, you know, that was their NWO coming over. They fucked that up. The fucking
The actual invasion.
the actual invasion of WCW wrestlers, they fucked that up. And now the Bullet Club coming, they fucked that up.
It
So
really
many
fucked that one up.
For real.
It was the easiest thing you could have done with Luke and Doc. Is literally a month into that, just give them the tag titles.
Yep.
And then give Battle of the World title. And now you have an interesting story. Because now all these guys are, you guys are from over there. That's what you got. We got to get the titles off those guys. And they're like, nah, no, you don't.
Yep. And you could have
never
had
know.
you could have
Look at how
had
good we are.
word. And if you wanted to keep it 3, you could have kept it 3. But you could have had Shinsuke Nakamura team up with them because he's from Japan. AJ Styles, he's from Japan. He was Bullet Club. You could have had so many people come in. It's almost like a takeover. And that Forbidden Door shit would have been, oh, you took that from the WWE.
And that's the funny part is because at one point Kevin Owens goes, you're leading something that's not yours, and then AJ goes, I never said it was mine.
Yeah.
They just picked me to be the leader. Nobody, at no point did I say this is my thing. I know you two guys are my friends. We've chilled in Japan. What does that have to do with anything? He said, he was like, it's not mine. It's completely Balor's and Ding and Carl Anderson. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to the place and like, yo, we think you'll make a cool leader. Sweet, I'm in.
But
I'm in.
but then again, the genius of the WWE strikes again. Because I would have never foresaw Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson being fucking scientists. And what science do they study? Testicular fortitude. They had the balls in the jars. Remember that shit?
And they were like bullies because they didn't like nerds.
Yeah.
I want to know who said it. Guys, I have a pitch for you guys. You're gonna be bullies. I'd have been like that. Is this why I love Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Doc looks like a good bully. He's humongous.
So they wrote this. So they wrote this. They wrote all this for show.
Well, you know something, Show? He would have been a better bully if he was a badass just fucking people up.
Yeah.
Instead of for actually being a high school bully. You nerd. Like what?
Yeah. What? I've seen you. You guys were destroying people in New Japan. What is this nerd? You know what I'm saying? The Rainmaker had no pull until you guys decided to leave.
Yep.
That's so true. I was just watching Kenny Omega versus the Rainmaker, the first match, just like maybe a couple days ago. Shit was beautiful. I forgot how beautiful that was. I forgot how quickly Kenny Omega is with all this side shit that he's been doing lately. And I forgot Kenny Omega, the cleaner, until I saw that match again. I'm like, damn, that's why I really like this guy. What the fuck happened?
Like, yo, there's a reason I was a fan of this guy.
Right. Always.
I haven't seen one bad match that Kenny Omega has had. It's crazy. I watched him a couple of his matches. I haven't seen one where I'm like, like everything is to me stupendous.
Yeah.
Him and fucking, well, y'all already know him and Daniel Bryan was amazing. I've seen a few more. I've seen him and Adam Page, amazing. Like I haven't seen him. He's like Michael Jordan. He's gonna have 30 and 10.
Yeah.
Every game.
Definitely.
Yep.
Damn.
Definitely. Yeah. And there's an art in Japan for the matches. There's actually stages of the shit. They lead you on the story of the match. It's like Shang-Chi when Homeboy was fighting the girl in the island and they had that little beautiful fight. That's like New Japan Pro Wrestling there. And then WWE is Fast and the Furious, but the PG version of Fast and the Furious, where you're not allowed to say fuck.
Yeah, except with the Shang-Chi thing, we're not trying to be as racist.
Yeah.
But New Japan does have that style of they have 3 stages of the match. At the very beginning is pretty fast paced. In the middle, they start kind of slowing it down, and at the end, they just really ramp that shit up.
Yep.
Those dudes' cardios is next level. The third stage, I'd have been like, we might have to Roman Reigns the shit out of this part, buddy.
Yep.
Holy shit! I will be headlocking all day like Randy. It's gonna be all day right now, son. You wildin'.
And the best part of
that they give you that like start, kind of like a roller coaster thing, and then the last one is like V triggers and fucking roaring elbows and all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah,
8 V triggers, and you're also like
the last part of the match isn't kicking out of everybody's finishing move 15 times.
Yeah.
They put you in the biggest move they can to end the match, and since they can't end it, now I got to put you in my finisher.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the last resort. They don't start the match off with the finisher.
No, you're right. It's like 1 V trigger. It's like, damn, it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly to everything. It'll be like an angle slam, and everything else angle, and then the moonsault. And he's like, God damn it! What the fuck? It's like a WrestleMania match, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna kick out of the big moves, and then eventually, I got you. You're not gonna kick out of the F5 3 times.
Yeah.
In one match. Like, yo, if it didn't work 2 times, why is it gonna work now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tell me, definitely get a chance. And the funny thing is, the matches are long, but they don't seem long because it's a consistent pace to it. And you're like, that was good. That was really fucking good. That's good. You know what I mean? And you're exhausted for them at the end of the match. Like, God damn, guys. Whew. That sleep in that hotel room is going to be amazing when you guys get home.
And everyone has a different style, too. Because I remember the first time I ever saw the Never Open Weight Championship, it was 2 burly motherfuckers just beating the shit out of everybody. The minute the match started, it would look like a fight. It looked like a fight. They were beating the shit out of each other. And then one guy it was like, yo, he's dead. 1, 2, 3. All right. Yo, get the stretcher, get the ambulance, clear. Like, they killed this nigga.
That piece of shit out of here.
Yeah, get Matt something out of here.
Wow.
We need the next match.
Wow.
He dies.
Word. But yo, Gigi, it's been a while. How you been? Oh, go ahead, show. My bad.
I was gonna ask you a quick question.
Go ahead. And then we'll figure out
Give me an
Gigi's.
idea.
All right.
You said 3 F5s and then the pin. Did they ever do that to Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior? That would be a way to beat him.
They did.
You gonna Hulk up after my special?
They did with Hogan, no?
Give you my special 3 times.
He said Warrior, I think.
No, they did
He
it
did
with
say Warrior.
They did it with the Undertaker in that casket match with Yokozuna. But Hogan,
Oh, he bunside him.
nah. Well, maybe in WCW, but Hogan rarely lost. You know?
You know what that is?
I'm not. Yeah, because he's John Cena's father. But
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Finish that. Do yourself a favor. Look up Hulk Hogan's WCW contract.
they have it
Please
out
look
there.
it up. Yo, look, they have like reviews of it. Like people have reviewed it on YouTube. But I think there's an actual document. Yo, just look. Yo, first of all, Hogan had them by the balls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like pay-per-view buys. Like I only have to show up 12 actual house shows. And the only ways, and if I show up, there's either a title match or I'm in the last segment.
Holy shit. The first WCW contract guaranteed Hogan a minimum of $675,000
Now
for
remember this.
every pay-per-view Hogan appeared in. No matter
Remember this.
what else happened, that money was Hogan's. Between the start of the contract and at the end of Hogan's run with WCW in 2000, Hogan appeared in 15 pay-per-view events for WCW. That motherfucker was getting paid. Ted Turner was cutting the check.
Oh wait, $600,000 for each main event.
$675,000
For each main event.
675. After the 5, there's the comma. 675, American dollars.
For each main event. In the
Minimum.
fucking,
Minimum.
in the
That's the
90s.
minimum.
Damn.
That's the minimum.
And I think it gets 25% of the gate as well, or pay-per-view buys or something like that. But remember this: when
Let's see. I'm gonna look up 5 interesting facts about his shit now.
We structured it when the NWO happened because remember, he was the mystery guy.
Yeah.
Now he's the guy.
Yep.
So you're like, oh, the greatest heel turn ever. You got to pay me now because I am literally the main event.
But
It's sad though.
He
that
did-
ruined WCW.
but he gave that wasn't what ruined WCW. Because
No.
WCW ran way longer after.
What ruled WCW was having 7,895 members of the NWO, right?
And
then Vince Russo showed up.
yeah, and then they
That
had
fucked them up.
all 7,985 members of the NWO having creative control. The Disco Inferno couldn't lose a match. like what the fuck? They had deep pockets because AOL bought them. You know, Ted
AOL
Turner and
did
AOL. Yeah.
AOL did to them when ROH, with the company that had ROH did something like, yo, we really didn't want you guys. But you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you're not turning a profit, you got to go
Nobody
because
can
they were
lose.
business first.
Yep.
Then they care about wrestling.
Yeah,
We got to
and-
make money to justify having you here.
And Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall, they all had those contracts that were crazy, and they
Yeah, but
bring in money.
Hogan's contract was.
But
yeah,
you know,
Hall and Nash had some fat contracts.
they had the contract. If a new person came, they couldn't get paid more than them. If they did, then their contract has to go. They had the Jarek
And if they
Jeter
did, they had
A-Rod
to-
shit.
If they would have decided to pay them the same, they had to bump them up at least 100,000.
Yeah, they had to get paid more than what they was getting, what this dude was getting.
Absolutely.
But yo, if you can get it, if they're dumb enough to give it to you, be smart enough to take it.
Yo, listen.
Yeah.
Put like this, yo. I don't like Brock for being the white savior,
Yeah.
but I get him getting paid the way he does.
Oh yeah.
Get that money, son.
Absolutely.
He's stupid enough to give it to you. Take advantage, brother.
Yep.
Like I don't like.
And that's
Brock
exactly
Lesnar.
what he's doing. He's taking full advantage of the whole entire thing. Vince, you want to pay me this money to show up at Raw, F5, a couple people, and then the pay-per-view, this is what you're going to pay me? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I'm not coming in, though, next week. I'll see you. When you need me, I'll think about it. You don't even
private
fucking
jet.
say it.
Send that
Yep.
private jet. I'll meet it at the airport.
Because it's hilarious how they're doing these budget cut shits, but no one asked for Brock Lesnar, no one asked for Goldberg, no one's asking for Undertaker to die in the middle of the ring, you know. But you're paying these guys millions of fucking dollars to be there, but everyone's asking for someone to do something with all the people that they released, and they're gone. Hit Row is difficult to work with. That's why we bring them up to the SmackDown main roster.
It
No, they had to
was
get
not
rid of him because
difficult
they
to
were bringing
work with.
Brock back. Like, yo, we can't have Hit Row and pay Brock.
Yeah.
You gotta pick one.
I just finished saying that I like that dude. It was crazy. They must have heard him.
Yeah.
And when they first came out, I doubted that group. In all honesty, when they first came out, I'm like, oh, here we go. They're just gonna try to be hip hop stars because it's black, and this is how WWE paints the black community and the black culture. But the fact that they actually were legit about their shit, you know, we all know about Swerve. Swerve was nothing. Not from on some real ass shit. Swerve is just got in the group. You know, everybody thinks Swerve is what made the group. Nah, Swerve wasn't what made the group. The group made the group because they all brought something to the table individually. You know, B-Fab was working. She's great on the mic. In ring, she can pick it up a notch, but it's doable. You know, we already know about Swerve. What's the other guy's name? My God, the big guy, Adonis. He was working for ESPN, I think, if I'm not mistaken, before working with WWE.
Correct.
He doesn't it's crazy. It's crazy. It would be dope to see a whole organization to pick all of them up and kind of have another, like, not to say Hit Row, but something absolutely better than that to let them be more, have creative control.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I'd be
Like
down with that.
an ECW version of the Monday Night Wars. You know, that
They
company
would do
that's got
good.
TV, but
You know what? They would do good at Impact.
I can see
I can
that.
see that.
You know, that I think they would do really well at Impact. You know, and then eventually, you know, when we open those forbidden doors still, because we're still opening them, you know, see what happens.
For real.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope to see like B-Fab and Jay Cardell could basically be side by side to each other, not fighting against each other, but be side by side. I can see them two being women's tag teams.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that also.
Yeah.
Because I can see
But-
see Jade fitting in with that, you know, not like being a part of the group. I can see her being like an outside member, like, you know, somebody that chills with them. I can
Okay.
see that. Jade?
Oh yeah.
Jay Carhill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or she might be feeling one of the dudes. Most likely Swerve. I like Swerve style. I like chilling with them.
There you go. Yeah.
Or she just
I
like
don't know.
chilling.
She
Like,
a tall bitch. He tall bitch, man. Swerve.
Swerve is
He might be.
Swerve is thin, but he is a tall dude. He got that thin, long frame. You're like, for some reason, I feel like you should be bigger, but you're just tall. You know, he's built like a wide receiver.
Ah, yes.
That's
yes.
what he's built, like a wide receiver.
Tall and lanky.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. She might have more muscle on her than him.
Oh, that's for sure. She got more muscle on her than most of the fucking wrestlers. Darby Allin ain't got shit on her.
But yet he can launch himself. He can launch himself like a missile.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, he definitely is like a. Yeah, show.
No, I was gonna say, is it her muscles or her abs?
So
Her abs look weird.
So let me understand this, show. Do realize that there's more to her than that, right? Like she has a frame.
That's what I was saying. I haven't seen the whole.
I
haven't seen Jade completely.
He hasn't gotten past the abs.
See her abs and her abs.
I mean, this is the same guy that looks at Charlotte's ass. So it's like,
It's true, yeah. The twigs.
No. Hey. Leave my girl's interior ass alone.
You know what it is, show? You know what it is, show for Jade? Her proportion. She's proportionate. She is like a bodybuilder, where her shoulders matches her chest, her ab, her midsection matches her chest and all that. Her hips matches her thighs. Like there's nothing out of proportion. Like like most wrestlers, either big with little legs, big legs with little bodies. Hips without the fucking waist. So shit like that.
Jade, when she went into the gym, she saw all the equipment.
Yeah.
She doesn't go bench or she doesn't go squat. She goes, you know what? There's more machines in here.
Yep.
Wait. Kind of like when you saw first show Triple H, he clearly only saw benching and working on his back.
Yeah.
Because he had a nail body. RVD just squatted all day, clearly. You know what I'm saying? So everybody else, but she was like, wait a minute, you can do more than just bench. We'll do that.
Is that why Triple H always used to hurt his hammy? No legs? His fucking legs was
It might have been. That was just ironic.
I don't think he stretched. I think because most times in powerlifting, you don't stretch. And when your muscles get that tight, when you're trying to be athletic and you stop on a dime, they snap. You gotta stretch. There's a lot more to wrestling than just powerlifting. Back in the day, you could have did it because there wasn't much athleticism. You didn't have to do a moonsault off the top rope every third move. You did, actual like catch as catch can Greco-Roman wrestling styles type shit back in the day. Now you need flexibility.
Great.
So Gigi, how you doing? It's been a while since we've seen you. Every time I'm asking Gigi how she's doing, that's when she wants to fucking have a conversation.
It's a no button all over again. It's a no button all over again.
I keep hearing you after I talk.
All right, let's ask this question to Gigi, and then we'll give you the floor. Show, Gigi, how you been?
Wait, no, I gotta go now. I'm sorry, I gotta go now.
Oh shit! Go ahead, Gigi. My bad.
How you been, Gigi?
Chilling, had better days. Kind of sucks, Went to the ER, kicked out. That's what we do.
You got kicked out the ER?
Yeah, you know what? I saw a Stone Cold moment. I saw a bedpan next to me, and I said, "Fuck the bitch next to me." Ah! And then that's what we did. That's what we do. That's what we do. All right. Stone Cold inspired me. My birthday's 3/15, and then next day is Austin 3/16. So fuck it.
That's it.
We're related. We're related. I'm the white people tree. We're related. It's all right.
Word.
Been good. Trying to do, keep myself healthy as possible, but still doing ignorant shit, smoking, drinking. I need a day. I'm good though. I'm good. I made it. Hey, I made it. And we're just gonna keep doing this shit and talk about wrestling because wrestling's been keeping me quite entertained. and I'm only speaking about AEW, because WWE is it's like, you know,
Yeah.
oh man, I've missed a lot of. Did I miss SmackDown? I missed part of SmackDown, maybe. When was that? Was that Black Friday?
Well, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't miss it. I missed the first hour. I think I started watching when Bianca and Naomi were a tag team. And that's all I remember seeing. And then Naomi finally got the win. Because, you know, she has Sasha Banks on her corner. You know, sisters got to represent. We got that going on. But I don't remember much. I never went back to check to see what the first hour was. So, yeah, we know. We all know it's him.
Yeah.
What's going on with you guys?
Your car's
Besides
fire
still
alarm
pressing
just went
buttons.
off.
Yo.
Yeah, I just swerved and it pushed me back in the lane. That was the noise. My bad.
See this fucking guy.
Y'all hear everything, bro. Damn.
I mean, it's not a quiet car you're in, bro.
I don't hear it. This shit is mad quiet. I think the microphone amps everything else.
This is the problem. If you don't hear it, there's an issue.
Yeah.
You should be hearing that. That's how your life gets saved.
Well, I got headphones on. I can't hear shit.
Put it on transparent mode. Put it on transparent mode so you can hear shit. So to answer your question, Gigi, we're doing all right. You know?
Yeah.
We missed you on the Friendsgiving. That was one hell of a fucking. You know,
I was watching it. I might have been working, but I was watching it. It was shit to do. I said, man, I can't be. They were like, well, why don't you join right now? I'm like, I'm in my work shit. Nah, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Word.
We know where I work at. The world doesn't need to know right now. Good. The people that know need to know, and that we keep it that way.
Word.
Fuck out of here.
Great.
They're like, maybe we'll bring traffic here. I was like, I don't want motherfuckers in here. I'm trying to go home early. What the fuck you want?
It's bad enough. It's bad enough some of these motherfuckers comment some inappropriate shit. Now they're gonna go to your job.
Yo, word. But I had a couple of people watching with me. They were like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And then I was like, I don't even know. I can't hear shit. But they're just, I hear a little couple things here and there. It was very funny. And you know, your bread moments and your fucking, oh my God, careless whisper moments, actually. All right. All of that. Insane.
Gigi, is your turn.
Yes, right.
I can't.
That's right, G.
That
Get the
shit
Roman
is
Reigns, Gigi.
hilarious.
Get the Roman Reigns picture.
Roman Reigns. I'm gonna get the Funko Pop. Let's see. I have the Funko Pop up there. I got my Tribal Chief up there. Tribal Chief is up there with his cousin. You know what?
He's on the top.
Listen, I'm gonna get the top. So I'm gonna get the bottom. There you go.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey. That's a real.
Bring the J-Mo with you.
That's
You can't be too generous with that.
Yeah, she's gonna need a moment.
I'll be back.
Oh man.
Shit. Oh man.
Oh shit. That was good.
Yeah.
Can't laugh too much. I have to haha myself. Because haha does not hurt me. If I were to actually laugh, like generally, I would be in a crazy amount of pain. So tonight my laughs will be haha. Ha.
All right. We'll get show to laugh for you.
Do not watch after we watched the movie last night. Don't watch that. Don't watch that.
Yeah.
The show is next level.
Yeah, he's on some other shit.
Yeah.
We gotta watch wrestling.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
watch
his
it.
fan reaction.
Yeah. Because you notice he always leaves before we talk about what happened on Raw. He's like, I'm out. I don't know what happened. The black daughter came, and this bitch wanted to fuck her, but she didn't want to do it, and now they're in Wyoming. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with her egg. It's like, all I asked was what you thought about the match. Well, let me tell you, on Tuesday that I stopped at a stop sign.
Let me tell you about Bianca.
Yo.
Yo, did you get copyright infringement yesterday?
Nah. Yo, dude, I showed
Why
the
you
movie.
putting that out there in the universe?
Yeah, yo, the movie was like literally as big as the S's in the Diamond Wrestling Podcast logo here. I put that shit so fucking small.
Perfect.
Yeah, but don't be telling people my
What do you think
secret.
about doing that on Mondays? That's what I'm saying. What do you think about doing that on Mondays with not Monday Night Raw?
I'll try, but if we get copyright, it's your fault.
Well, you say you got it down pat. You know the size and you know the gigabytes.
Yo, he's just giving out. Yo, for that, give out his social.
Right?
The first name, the last name, the address, the credit card numbers, the CVC shit in the back for security with the zip code. All of that.
She'll make the worst two things. You will make the worst spy and hacker of all time.
Bro, word, like you just. That's a separate conversation. We on the pod talking about wrestling. You out here talking about programming and copyright and shit. We gonna be. That's it. Good night, folks. It's been real. Nukkle HeDD Podcast. We gotta go, y'all.
Yo, for real.
We gonna get sued.
He's like, yo, by the way, YouTube, if you're out there, this motherfucker's doing this. So it's like, damn, nigga, you ratted me out before we even got in trouble. Yo, DV, yo, Diva, DV. Okay.
DV.
Yo, he could be coming from another country or state. I don't know. But he goes, the fact that Kenny Omega had 19 5-star Bill DeMont trained wrestlers still suds me until today. He really is a scientist in wrestling. Oh, wait, Bill DeMont or Kenny Omega?
Bill DeMont, I guess, is training him. Remember, at one point, he was in the farm system for the WWE.
Yeah.
He was in NXT, and he was like, I can't go. I can't do this. First, he started in Deep South. Then he came up to them, and he was like, yo, I'm out.
Who you talking about, Bill DeMont or Kenny Omega?
Young boy. But I think he trained under Bill DeMont for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Wait, if Bill DeMont wasn't, what was his problem? He was a rapist or something?
He was abusive. He sexually harassed.
Okay.
He was a bit of a racist too. So yeah, Bill DeMont ran the gambit of.
Oh, he's a little bit of everything.
Do to people. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. He's a potluck of motherfucker.
He's a douche.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
All the bad shit you can do at once, he did it.
Yeah, right.
I'm all around.
Because the chick that was with Los Muertes in Lucha Underground, the one that would the one that would lick everybody. Didn't she say that she would never work for the WWE again because of him or some shit like that?
Absolutely correct. Yeah, because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's crazy.
She brought it to somebody's attention and nobody did anything.
That's crazy. But on
women back in the days.
Yo, on a lighter note, 11 days ago we reached 30,000 views.
Hey, baby, on the way to 30,000 subscribers. Baby.
Word.
Let's go.
So it goes just some. I was waiting for Gigi to come so we could discuss it.
That's dope. Yay! Thank you for saving it for me.
Anytime, but that's on y'all. Ain't nobody come to watch me here. I just press the buttons.
Exactly.
You gotta do the Al Bundy. I thank nobody but me. Nobody. Wait, whoa, bro. Today you're all the luckiest people on the face of the earth. Great episode. You guys get a chance to watch it.
That's gonna be our acceptance speech.
Did everybody see Survivor Series?
Stream of the year. The Nukkle
Did
HeDD
everybody
Podcast.
try to watch Survivor Series? Watching it and trying to it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It
did not matter.
That was like
I'm trying to think of a match. So we started off with what? Becky and Charlotte?
Yeah.
Right? We started with the women's title. Well, the women's champions, because we all knew we were gonna end it with Big E and Roman.
Yep.
Um,
Besides
I
Becky
kind of
wearing
like
that thong.
I actually enjoyed the match. It felt real to me. Damn it, they actually put some type of bullshit as emotion to it, and it's just basically the ending. It was everything was a little bit unnecessary, but it was for me a good enough match where it makes me feel like there's mutual hate between these girls, and they're just gonna go, it's gonna go blow for blow, but still try to keep it semi-professional.
Yeah.
It did nothing except put Becky over with the same exact move that Charlotte did. And it's like, the ending was trash. I would have preferred a knockout type of shit where, whatever, or a tap out. Actually, it wouldn't be a knockout. It would be a tap out because both of them have the submission moves.
Yep.
But they don't want to make anyone look weak.
Yep.
Hell no.
So with that whole, most devastating move of all entertainment is the fucking roll up pin and then holding on to the ropes, same exact shit. It did nothing for them, but the match was at least decent enough for me to be like, okay, like it could have gone anyway. I would have preferred Charlotte to win, but Becky needed to go over.
That's why I like you.
What up, Harris?
That's why I like it.
Well,
the right picks.
You know what's crazy? There's nothing for Charlotte on SmackDown.
Nothing. Give her Naomi at least.
She doesn't even have like a number one contender or anything.
Tony Storm? That's the thing. Her and Tony Storm.
Yeah, she got Tony Storm is coming up. That's right.
Yeah, I thought that
What
was
up, Walter?
They dropped that already?
That's
Damn, that was cool.
I mean, all they did was shove a pie in Tony Storm's face and make it look like, she finally got out of the quarantine.
Yeah.
No, November ended quick for Tony Storm after Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like. Lay's like, yo, I don't want no part of this.
You just stood there and took pies to the face. I'm like,
my question is,
paralyzed by fear?
Is Alexa Bliss? Wait, Alexa Bliss is on Raw, isn't she?
I believe she still is.
Yes, I believe so.
Is she injured, or she's just on the sideline?
She took off some time for surgery, I believe. Like
Okay.
He went to get food.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. He's counting his change right now.
Yeah, I think it was a foot injury or something like that.
Oh, he went to get money. Who used it?
Oh, to get food.
To get food, yeah.
See, y'all know me well. I appreciate it. I ain't gotta explain it.
So we won't be seeing her probably till maybe April. I know for a fact that's when we'll probably see
Bailey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of them is gonna be saved for the Raw after Mania and the SmackDown after Mania as well.
Absolutely correct. Yes. I don't know where Bailey is now. Is she on SmackDown or Raw?
I think she was undrafted. No.
Possibly.
You know what?
Makes no sense.
The last branch she was on was SmackDown. Yeah, so most likely she's going to go back to SmackDown.
Hopefully. But they'll put it on Raw. We know how deep that women's division is.
Well, where's Bianca? Bianca's on Raw.
She's on Raw. So
she would probably go to Raw, and they might revisit that feud between Bailey and Bianca because that was kind of cut short.
So according to Google, she's on SmackDown, but I'll double check on WWE.com.
She's gonna wind up on NXT,
right? Yo,
nah.
It's crazy. Her real name is Pamela Rose Martinez.
Yeah,
and she's a baby. She's born in '89.
That Martinez part explains the thickness.
Yeah.
So her and Mercedes Martinez can have a tag team if she ever leaves the WWE.
I don't see why not.
So according to the roster on WWE.com, she's not on SmackDown. She's not on the roster on the website. She's not on the roster for Raw either. So I guess she's wherever she's at and when she comes back.
What?
Yeah.
She's at what she. What?
She's in limbo. She's in roster limbo.
Wait, what? No, say that again.
Wherever she's at, that's where she's gonna be when she come back.
The sad part is that is correct. Wherever she's at, that's where she's gonna be.
Yeah.
They're gonna shake a couple of dices and be like, boom. There. It might not even. They'll probably end up having like a little whoever hits the dart closest to whichever one is gonna be it.
She's gonna show up, get a blue shirt on, you're going to SmackDown. What? What? This is how you guys really decide this shit? What if it would have been black? We would roll the dice.
Right?
Do you ever see any of the 4 horsewomen leaving WWE for
Honestly,
anything?
now, I would never say Becky because her and Seth Rollins are like attached at the penis and hip and vagina with WWE. Like there's like chastity belts to them. You know, like they're not going anywhere. Between all, I can see either Bailey, some crazy happens, or even Charlotte because she pretty much has one foot out the door now. You know what I'm saying? After all the shit that's happened with her. You know what I'm saying? Sasha, that's tricky because I feel like she's one role away from leaving, one Hollywood role away from leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we were to get on a Star Wars series where she is one of the main characters or the main focus, she's gone. Goodbye.
She would
Easily. You know what I'm saying?
one of the first females in the wrestling industry to actually go and get that Disney paycheck.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you can tell by her.
Like Batista's paycheck.
Yeah, look at Roman said, he goes, yo, the greatest of all time, and my time is becoming sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can't blame the dude, even though it's kind of weird for him and Jason Momoa to be in Hollywood. They kind of look alike, but your cousin's a rock. You have a look, clearly, right, Gigi?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It's a look. He has the look, and he can pull it off.
Yeah.
You know, as long as he remembers his lines and it's Hollywood, so we edit everything, baby. Yeah. He can get it. He can basically get it done.
And the first movie I see Roman in is Suffering Succotash.
He's the bully.
It's never gonna go away.
Never.
But you know, and now with this character that he's developed, being himself, it's easier and it comes across cool. You know, like you can believe it. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely. But I say it's either Bailey or Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, like I said, unless Sasha gets a crazy role. Which even though
she's more focused on possibly like things outside of the wrestling industry. Yeah. Something where she doesn't have to put her body through.
And I feel like she might be leaving again sometime like either March or April, I think. Because I think she's in a couple episodes of the Ahsoka series. I believe she is. So she might be leaving at an ass end sometime soon to film some of her parts.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. Yo, show you got your turn signal on, but
I'm turning.
Well, for the past 15 minutes, motherfucker. Nah, just play with you. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Not paying attention to us. That light was green a long time ago.
But I can. You can see it. You can see it in Sasha's new character that she's overacting everything. You know, like when Sachi threw her out of the ring of SummerSlam, yeah, she did the, and you know that Gigi laugh she be doing. It's like you could tell she's trying to act like a different person in the WWE now. So I can see her leaving, getting her. Why did I get married 3 roles? You know. Some fucking Damn, I forgot this motherfucker name. Who made Medea?
Tyler Perry.
There you go. It's a Tyler Perry movie. Get one of them shits on that belt.
Oh, no.
She could do any part that
That's
well,
suicide.
I'm gonna
You don't
disagree
do
with
that.
me, but she reminds me of Zoe Saldana. I don't know if y'all agree with me. They
No, I
look
don't.
similar.
I don't.
Like I can imagine, I can see her in that part. No, I'm not gonna say I can see her in
As Gamora?
in fucking not as Gamora, but she does look a little like her.
You
Similar.
can see her as an avatar? I don't.
Maybe.
I see her more as like a fucking mercenary or assassin. I can see her more in a John Wick movie than in a fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
She's a strong, silent type that's a badass. Fuck you up.
Pretty much what she is in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
John Wick's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, John Wick was
How
trained
did
in
she
the
do in
heights,
The
so
Mandalorian?
that's cool.
She did good in The Mandalorian. I mean, they didn't ask her to do too much, but she did good.
I mean, they knew what they were dealing with. They limited her to like 3 lines.
Yeah.
And they let the pros do the thing. Let the pros do their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made sure that there wasn't no leader version, no leader shit going on. Because Lita hurt herself when she did her acting, yo.
Was it a Dark Angel?
I think so.
She fucked up her neck.
It was, yeah. That's when she broke her neck, and because of that is what cut her wrestling career short.
Yep.
Can't blame that on Owen Hart.
Nope.
Nope.
Joe,
That's crazy. All those somersaults and all
Joe, where are
that.
you driving from?
Damn,
You
son.
driving from fucking Vegas, son? What the hell?
No,
is
it
taking
takes
you so
him
long?
like 2 hours to get home.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This is my regular drive, bro. Every day.
Oh, for
This is why I
sucking
just
it.
want to go back to work.
That's a long time.
Yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast says if she acts as good as her promos, I can see that character being cut short. Damn, son.
Hmm.
Well, I would assume the script that she's reading from the movie is better than the one she's reading from in the WWE.
We would hope so.
I agree.
Like the line
There's a
she was
question
saying
by
was
Walter.
Movie.
oh,
It was bad. There's a question by Walter asking me if I'm buying Nia Jax's done with wrestling, or do you see her wrestling somewhere else, injuring more people? I think for the immediate moment, she is done. I think she's gonna go back to modeling as what she did before, doing her TikToks. Do I see her coming back to the ring? I see all of them coming back to the ring one day. Do I see it happening right now? No. In all honesty, there's going to be that time where she's going to have to see like where this extra income is going to come in from in order for her to basically keep herself afloat. You know, I think she's going to go back to fitness model. She doesn't want to do wrestling, then she's not about it. But I don't think she's coming back anytime soon. In all honesty, let's just say let's just put it out there for 2 years, because anything can happen within 2 to 3 years. You know, she might come back and revisit, but I don't see any other organization grabbing her. Not WOW, not Impact. AEW would have been good, because at least she could have had not Nyla Rose. That would have been funny. Nia Jax and Nyla Rose.
yeah.
You know, that would be a cool match to kind of watch, but they're both big. And one is a lot quicker than the other. So.
And if they
I don't know.
if they ever do that shoot fight shit,
Mhm.
they're gonna fuck each other up.
Yep. See, Nia Jax can take blows from Nyla Rose, like full hands on, like really, booyah, that's it.
Yeah.
I will never be able to believe that Nyla Rose got defeated by Riho. She is skinny as a twig, and I love her wrestling skills, but it's so unbelievable to me that she would win over Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
Look at the size difference. The size difference on some real ass shit. When I see a lot of matches with Nyla Rose and I see the size difference, I'm literally thinking to myself, like, you really want me to believe that this small bitch right here is gonna get the 3 count pin clean? Nah.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Nah. Yeah. Because they got a lot of small bitches.
Hey,
Serena
that's how I
D.
feel about Cole.
Yes. I think that would be great. What?
Pro Wrestling Podcast says, I
How?
wish Rio would defeat me.
Ha.
With the roll up.
Ha ha. Ha.
You know, I think the best
I really
way
want to laugh.
the best way to
Rio to
have a
roll
big
him
girl
up.
lose is when Becky beat Nyla Jackson NXT. When she did the choke up, when she choked her out.
Yeah.
You know, she put her in that front crossface. I think that was the best way to have somebody, because it showed her an experience, but it showed like, all right, Bailey has more than just that belly to belly shit. I thought that was creative as fuck. But I can't see.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't see Rio rolling up Nyla. The 42 pounds that Rio is ain't gonna hold nobody down. You know, unless you hit her in the face with
But
that
a
fucking
6-year-old
pan.
can kick out from that, all right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
6-year-old will be able to kick out from Riho. Let's be real.
For real.
Like, nah. She is. It's just some of it is just a little off. But Nia Jax, I don't think she's completely done with WWE. I'm sorry. I don't think she's done with wrestling. I think she's just done. She's just fed up with it right now, so she don't want to hear it.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that this is a point where everybody's calling her somebody that's gonna hurt people. You know, like she's not seen well in the eyes of the fans because she heard Becky and she heard Io Shirai and she heard everybody, so they think that she's somebody who's gonna hurt everybody. And then she wanted to take a mental break, and the WWE fucking lets her go. You know, so it's,
Because she has
that
an
alone,
extension.
yeah, that alone would be on some, this is a bad taste in my mouth. I don't want to do this shit. Let me see what else is out there. You know, if there's something, if there's nothing else out there, then maybe she'll come back from that.
So Tony Khan shows us some numbers.
Well, I mean,
That's if Tony Khan wants her.
And this
Tony Khan got right now a lot on his plate, a lot of wrestlers on his plate, and it's going to come up to the point where he's going to have all these wrestlers and not enough shows to showcase them.
Yeah.
You know, the best part about AEW Dark is that, you know, you can literally download it on YouTube and watch it anytime. You know, I like AEW Dark because of that. And I like some of the matches. I like the fact that there's rarely any promos in between, and there's just matches after matches. Like, it's a continuation. That's why I enjoy Dark.
It's a better NXT.
You know? And
yeah. I haven't been able to
I
catch
don't even
it,
know
though,
what's going on in NXT. I have no idea. I know War Games is coming soon.
Is this Sunday? Yeah, War Games is this Sunday.
Right.
The young heels got the advantage.
Yeah. And
even though Braun Breaker isn't a heel, but everybody else on his team is.
Yeah. Yeah, real quick.
Folks.
Yeah. Real quick said Pro Wrestling Podcast said, I think wrestling is done with her. To be honest with you, I think the time off, Pro Wrestling can bring her back at any moment. Like, just the top of my head, her leaving for 6-7 months after WrestleMania, let's say Roman Reigns loses the title and he wanted to get back shit, she comes back looking brolic and mean as fuck, joining the bloodline. What? Like, there's storylines for her to come back and fuck people up. There'll always be room for her to come back and fuck people up because she's a big
Roman Reigns bodyguard.
There's not many women that are like her, you know, in wrestling.
What? She's not like most girls? Is that what you said?
Yes. That's
what you said.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
That's what I said. She's not like most girls.
Yeah, that's right. You're better than that.
She's
Tony.
the Yokozuna of the fucking female.
That flew over Show's head so fast. Her entrance, her entrance music is, I'm not like most girls. That's her entrance music.
I hate that they give
know
the girls corny
her
music.
theme had lyrics, sort of like 6 months to her being in the company. I had no idea they had lyrics. Like a thing had lyrics. Like I see her come on, I go, okay, a nice beat. And then I forgot what was it I was doing one day, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't looking. like at the show, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "There's lyrics." I was like, "Oh shit, it got lyrics." I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah.
Like it took me forever to realize what's this cat's name? Shit, I forgot his name. Damn it, I forgot their names. It's a tag team that I completely forgot that they're the team had lyrics, and I was like, how long has this been going on? I went back to NXT. I go, oh, a long time. a long time.
I always thought it was "I'm Not a Monster." That's what I thought the song was saying. But yeah, Kenny goes GG, and then leave my girl Nia alone. But Pro Wrestling Podcast wants to talk about Big Swole. But good.
Number one, Kenny, you made that comment about the Miz the other day, and you said swirly. Two things. One, it's never twirly to tell the truth. Two, focus on the second one. You can go yourself. Tell me about the Miz. I gotta respect him. I don't have to do it. Yeah. By the way, it might bring back
you family, we're gonna skip straight to the top.
Something with them.
Well, yeah.
Well, she did leave the commentating table.
She did, yeah.
Nobody's not saying that can lead to that.
That's true. So, Big Swole decided not to re-sign with AEW, or
I saw that, man. That was sad.
Is that because of her Crohn's disease? That's because of her Crohn's?
So.
It could be. But they just wanted to separate ways. I think she's just mentally in a different place right now. That's why we really haven't seen her. Not even in Dark we've seen Big Swole that often. Man, I do wish her well wherever she may go, wherever the road leads her. I know she likes to do a lot of indie shows, just kind of traveling around, but traveling to basically her own limitations. So, good for her. She didn't burn any bridges. It wasn't a messy situation or anything like that. And I'm sure if she were ever to want to come back to AEW, the doors are going to be wide open for her.
Yeah.
I realized about AEW when somebody leaves or like they don't sign somebody that's on Dark or whatever, it's never like the person's like, oh, fuck that place, I'm never going back there. It's usually like, they didn't sign me this time, or I feel like I can still young enough to do other stuff. It's like you said, it's never a burnt bridge. It's all like, I'm gonna go do this. He goes, yeah, you want to come back, bro? You know what I'm saying? You know where my office is? You know where we usually go? You can just show up in Chicago one day. All of it's like, you're on Dark. Let's do this.
There you go.
Exactly. You could be wrestling Punk in Chicago out of nowhere because you just showed up today. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
And like Matt Awesome said, you always bring your gear. You never know.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. I remember many things. A lot of things Matt said, but I remember, always carry your gear with you. Because you got your gear? Of course. No, I didn't need you to wrestle now. Just this for tomorrow. Oh, okay. I'm getting excited like that, bro.
For real. We're in the McDonald's. It's like, yo, you got your gear? That's it. I'm ready.
You got that brawler gear. I'm like, I'm always in my gear.
That's it. Yeah.
This is how I wrestle. Or Shane McMahon. It's like you don't know how to work out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
With the windbreakers.
You shouldn't wear to work out.
Yeah, the windbreakers, the Jordans, and a fucking football jersey.
Him and his rabbit punches.
Yeah.
The first time I saw that, I go, nobody punches like that. Not even in movies. Nobody. Oh, wait, except for the Flash, because he does this.
Yeah. Swimming and shit. Fuck
Shane
that version of the Flash. Yeah.
Sorry.
But
I saw it a minute ago. I was like,
but yeah, it was crazy to hear that, because I remember when Big Swole had that dentist office match with Britt Baker. I was like, all right, she's gonna be bigger than what she was, and then she was nowhere to be seen. I'm like, what happened to Big Swole? I thought it was one of those things that she just had like a limited deal and they took her off because she was only signed for this much. But then you find out that she was sick because she has that problem. It was like, all right, sucks. Perfect timing for this shit to come on.
Right. And she was like really getting up there because that storyline with Britt Baker was probably one of the best storylines of the pandemic when it comes to the women's division.
Yep.
For their women's division. Because in WWE, in all honesty, Bailey and Sasha being the two BFFs that they are during the whole pandemic, and then that feud, that was just really great too. They both took over the pandemic.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the women got their shot during the pandemic, and now everything's back to normal. The 30-second matches.
It's true.
It's
But can
crazy.
we talk about the match between Ruby Soho and Chris Statlander?
We had mentioned that prior. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a really good match.
The
That was
perfect
a
use
dope
of a
ass
roll
match.
up.
Yep. See, yeah, we were talking about that. The roll up is perfectly justified in that match. You know what I'm saying? Because they went at it.
Yeah, no, and the whole thing was great. I couldn't help but to laugh when I saw Ruby Soho's eyes almost popping out of her fucking head. Like, them shits look like if she were to like open up even more, it would have been like two Vaders popping out. And then she would have had dangling eyes and shit like that. Ha 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 shit. Ha ha
Ha ha.
ha.
That's everybody gonna laugh like that today, so the Gigi don't feel.
Ha
Ha ha.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good all around match, man. It was fun. See,
Yeah.
when you give two talented people time to do stuff, that's what happens.
Oh yeah.
And you
They
get them
make it
time.
good.
My God, they had so much time. It was so good. It could have gone either way. And I said it when they first started this shit, and I'm gonna say it again. Thunder Rosa versus Ruby Soho for the TBS Women's title.
I have
I
no
predicted
problem.
it back during Comic-Con. I'm gonna stick to my guns. Not Billy.
No, yeah. And I can see Thunder Rosa being the one to dethrone Jade. You know, because she's still undefeated. You know, I can see that. It won't hurt Jade, you know, for her to lose in the
I
tournament.
mean, yeah, you're gonna lose to somebody. Let it be somebody that is up there in the women's division. You know, not to somebody that just came from dark and rolled you up.
Yeah. Hold on, Pro Wrestling Podcast said, man, I was on Twitter Space yesterday before class, and these people were saying Ruby Soho won that they would turn off AEW. Okay, if Ruby Soho won the tournament, they would turn off AEW. Why?
I don't know why. What's wrong with Ruby Soho winning anything?
It's not like she's Charlotte Flair. She was
Quite the
someone
opposite.
held. Yeah, she's someone who's held down in WWE, and now that she's showing what she can do in AEW.
If anything, you pull for somebody like that right away.
Yeah.
It's because people feel that if your previous company that you used to work for was WWE, you are forever would be considered a WWE person. WWE guy, you're a WWE guy. Oh, you came from WWE. You came from them. Well, I know where my name is at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
some fans out there really think that.
The only people.
But
Yeah.
to say to be fair, DB, I can't say WWE. He worked in the independent and everything like that, but his last company, WWE, and he's being pushed to a heavyweight storyline with Hangman. You got CM Punk now going against almost everybody and winning. You have Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole on some real ass shit is probably one of the guys that feels like, all right, yeah, your last company is WWE, but you never went to like the main roster type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you have a run there on the main roster. You stood at NXT and the old NXT. I feel like certain people feel like, oh, he belonged to Triple H's NXT. He's good. But if he belongs to a Vince McMahon roster, especially Raw, nah, you a WWE person. We can't fuck with you because they just want you to win because you came from WWE.
For real. And you
It's
know,
dumb.
the only people that are actually WWE, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Triple H, Edge, Stone Cold, Randy Orton, those guys are WWE. because they've been there their pretty much whole career, and you don't see them leaving anywhere. You know, I think if Randy Orton leaves WWE, it's because he's retiring. He's done. You know, I don't see him going to AEW or anything like that. I feel like that would be beneath him. Like, I think that's how he would think. It'll be beneath him. Plus, he's done so much shit already. John Cena's a WWE guy. If he went to AEW and won the AEW championship, that's a WWE person going to fucking. That's when you turn off AEW. You know what I'm saying? But Ruby Soho is not any of that. If any, like she's the fucking.
Who's the underdog?
WWE bullied her. Yeah. She made something out of nothing, and they ripped that away from her. With the Riot Squad. The Riot Squad was over like a motherfucker, and they shit the bed. They shit the bed with it.
Hard body.
Like she had the first tables match with Natalya, right? In Extreme Rules.
Yep.
The first ever women's table match.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't see Natalya like y'all do anymore. You know, when Natalya first came, she was good. I feel like she's slipping or she's just there to like guide people through the matches. But that was the only thing they did with Ruby Riott. They pushed Sarah Logan more than they did Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to push her.
And even Liz.
Yeah.
And even Liv Morgan, they did that.
Oh yeah.
They tried to push her more. Remember when she kept coming out with like the blue tongue because of this particular candy sponsored me, blah blah blah. That's when she was always coming out with a colorful ass tongue. But it's a family show, and we can't be sucias out there in the middle of the ring on your knees. Just saying.
Word. That's for the back. That's for Gorilla. Even he goes, if they even breathe at the WWE, yeah, ex-WWE. But that's some bullshit. They had careers before that. Now Roman Reigns, that's a WWE guy, born and bred. That's true. Yeah. That is.
100%. I mean, with the lineage and everything.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know what it is? I feel like WWE guys are people you can't see being other characters in other promotions. I don't see Roman Reigns being anyone different than who he is now in AEW. You know, but like AJ Styles would be somebody different in AEW. You know, Finn Balor would be somebody different in AEW.
Hopefully somebody better.
I mean, you can't get any worse. As long as the top turnbuckle is securely fastened in AEW, he's fine.
His most hated enemy now, his most bitter rival.
Yeah. Yo, you should make that meme, Gigi. Finn Balor being afraid of the turnbuckle or some shit.
Yo. Word. That's a good one.
These motherfuckers fucking everything up. The Demon got beat by a turnbuckle. He didn't even get hit by the turnbuckle. The turnbuckle just fell. He dropped from the top rope and died.
He dropped like 3 feet and just like, why is that? Dude, I've seen you jump off of ladders and you're good. What are you doing?
Even
they stopped his music. That's what happened.
Yeah.
They stopped his music, and that's it. He came back for that adrenaline rush where he's just like, we're fucking everything up. Yeah, and then instantly, boop, back to normal.
You know what it was? He fucked the floor and blew his wad, and lost all that energy. Because when the music hit, he did the little fucking humping of the floor and shit. I'm like, I get it. You turned into the boogeyman. All right, beautiful. Then that turnbuckle came out and fucked him up. The turnbuckle rolled him up. And they never explained why that happened. Yeah, they never. It would have been better if they just pulled turn off all the lights, the power went out. We're going to have to do this match later.
Nah, it would have been better if they would have owned up to their shit. Cool. Because we all saw what happened. There was a person that went ahead and unscrewed the ropes at the very top so he can fall. That should have been an angle for the next. If you're not going to have Balor win, let that be an angle for the next feud. Like, man, fuck you. Fuck you, Finn. I played this as the camera guy this whole time. because you're not going to beat Roman. I'm going to beat Roman. But then they have this whole feud of whoever that person would have been versus Finn Balor. And then they're both going for the chance. It would have been a better story overall.
They could have had Baron Corbin cut that rope and screw Finn Balor because they did rival before, but that would have been the way Baron Corbin got his riches back. They could have had Paul Heyman pay Baron Corbin to cut that rope. Instead of for him getting $100 from Kevin Owens, and now he's a millionaire from Vegas. Okay. Okay.
I mean, you got to reach, I guess.
Yeah, and now he's with what's his name? Fat Cat Mulligan.
Moss. Cat Moss.
Oh, okay. Cat
Mulligan.
Moss. I don't like these fucking people's names. Like Rick Boots. Like should have called him. He's Puss in Boots.
Like boogers.
I like Boots. Fucking.
I have no idea what that's about. Like I don't know 90% of stuff happening on SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm trying my hardest to not like explode physically. Like I'm like Cable right now. I'm trying my hardest not to explode physically with these stupid ass fucking names. But all right.
Shit makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, we gotta mention
Groundbreaker.
JR started his chemotherapy for his skin cancer, so best of luck to him.
Word.
What happened to Tony Roberts? Not Tony. What's his name? The announcer for AEW, the ring announcer. What happened to him and his family? Because they said something that their hearts go out to his family or something like that. Justin Roberts, the ring announcer.
Justin Roberts.
Justin Roberts, yeah.
Justin, I don't know.
During Dynamite in the beginning, they said their hearts go out to his family. I don't know what. Like that's why he wasn't there.
Well, let's take a look and find out.
Yeah. You don't like Happy Corbin? I like Happy Corbin. I like Corbin. To be honest with you, I think Baron Corbin, the shit that he does, he commits to it. I buy it. I like it. I just don't like the dude he's with. It kind of feels like this dude's going to get Corbin drunk, rape him, and then leave him for dead. I don't know why. I get this homo, he wants to fuck Corbin vibe. You know? It's just, that's just me. With a name like Fat Hat Morse or whatever the fuck you want to call him, with a name like that, you can't trust him. Him and Rick Booth. Rick Booth, I don't know, man. He's playing the guitar, screaming out Nakamura's name. Nakamura's not even wrestling. He just comes out. I don't know. There's too much white shit going. Too much.
Oh man. Yeah, they're doing a little bit too much. Way too much. Let Nakamura be Nakamura. Let him be.
For real.
I love his entrance, but now it's overkill.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's not. They're making it sound like it's just about his music. It's not about his wrestling skills. He is the king of strong style.
Yeah.
But they don't want to call him the king of strong style because he didn't win the King of the Ring, which that's another subject I want to kind of touch on.
By all means.
Please.
Fucking, what are we doing with our King of the Ring winner? Except getting his ass beat all the time. Why are we booking King Woods, which could have been, or could be, because we're still early in it, there's still time to save him. He could be one of the best King of the Rings that we've had in a really long time. Baron Corbin took it, and he fucking ran with it and made himself a bigger heel than what he was now.
Yep.
I'm not saying Xavier should use this as a heel move, but at the same time, they need to elevate this more. 100%. They're not elevating this man to his full potential of being King of the Ring.
Not at all. Yeah.
Nothing.
They said they're supposed to be giving him a new crown or some shit. I heard.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Kenny who said that or Pro Wrestling on Monday. They said that he was supposed to be getting a new crown.
Oh, because the other one got stomped down.
Yeah. It would have been dope if he did like the up, down, down shit for the crown. You know, to show more of himself.
Could be the code could be on the crown going around.
Yeah, you know, like a digital crown or some shit. I don't know, something.
Yeah, the scepter from. Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah, but
yeah, it would make more sense.
you guys already know. To me, him winning the King of the Ring means he should be the number one contender at WrestleMania. Let him fight Roman at WrestleMania because he got the momentum right now. Unless you're gonna build up some dude 2 weeks before WrestleMania and it's like, all right, it goes Drew McIntyre versus Roman, the match we've all been waiting for. Oh yeah,
Brock Lesnar.
He'll be back, and he should be fighting Bobby Lashley. Fuck all that other bullshit. Miss me with that other noise. Get us the fuck out. You know, let us get that match.
You could and the funny thing is you could set that up so easily now. Like, let's say whatever pay-per-view they're gonna have with them two, that's not WrestleMania, Bobby calls them the title.
Yeah.
Simple as that goes. Yo, I've been wanting to scrap with you forever. This is the way I get your attention. Let's do this. But do me a favor. Bobby does not look like a bitch. They just go at it. They just go at it. Two horses going at it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody backs down. They just go.
Like how he did with Braun Strowman. So, all right. So, update from Pro Wrestling. He said there's no info about Justin Roberts other than it might be a family emergency. These comments are mean as fuck. And then one of them saying, no Justin Roberts, this is going to be the best Dynamite ever. Yo, I take offense to that. Justin Roberts is an awesome announcer. Yo, when we was in Arthur Ashe, my man was talking to the crowd. You know, he was a part of the show, man. It looked like he was the host of the show. It was all, like, I appreciated this motherfucker.
He was interacting with everybody. Like, hey, how you guys doing today? Doing the show?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's
and
like,
then he'll go around and he'll like mention little things. Cool shirt. See, you're a big fan of anybody. Very cool. All right, folks. We're just going to get this thing started in the next 30 seconds.
Yep. He'd be like, yo, that's a nice sign you got there and shit. Yeah. It was dope. It's fucking dope. So whoever said that, you tell them I said step 10, go fuck themselves.
Ha. Ha ha.
Ha ha.
Ha ha. Ha.
Ha ha.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
But yeah, man.
This company, bro. Anyway.
So real quick, how do you think War Games is going to go?
Well, if you have any kind of brains and you've been pushing 2.0 down everybody's throats, the Youngblood should win. Yeah. And then Braun Breaker with 2 Ks.
He's going to get the third one is silent. It's starting to become a little louder. But
the good old boys.
Yeah, the good old boys.
I mean, it's looking a little louder every Raw now, especially with Big E. But yeah, they should win, and the guy who should get the pinfall should be Braun.
Yeah.
You know
over Ciampa.
If you're gonna push this guy to the moon and back, Rick Steiner gotta win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the first one that should get eliminated should be probably that one dude that I don't know who he is. There's a guy there that I don't know who he is. I know for a fact. I know Braun Breaker. I know Tony D'Angelo, and I know Carmelo Hayes. There's another guy that I'm like, he looks like the kind of guy that when you start 2K the wrestling game,
yeah,
that's the guy you start out with him. You start out with that guy. He's mad generic. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah. I can see. Yeah.
Like, if you see the team, even in that picture where it just shows like they're from their waist up, you're like, yo, who is he? I see no personality. Who is that guy? So yeah, but Breaker should win without a doubt, and he has to defeat Ciampa in order to justify the title match.
I can see that. What about the women?
Yeah, I can totally see that.
You think
the women?
Yeah,
it should be. There's no reason for Toxic Attraction to start losing now. I'm saying the heels win. Period.
You think that
a whole heel night if you want?
Who you think is gonna steal the show? Which match, the women or the men's?
I think the women. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen anything from the men, from the young bloods that really impresses me tremendously. Like Braun Breaker's good, but I don't sit there and go, shit, 5-star match. You know. See, like I
I
said,
know we see that with Johnny
Yeah.
Gargano. We were like Johnny Gargano,
yeah.
5-star
But
match.
You know what? Possibly Carmelo Hayes, because I know the guy can go. He's good. He could have a great high spot, like on some Ricochet shit. You know, we're like, oh, that's the thing of the match. But anybody else, most of these guys are like mat based. Tony D'Angelo is, clearly Braun Breaker is, and I don't know much about the generic player. I don't know anything about him, so I would say Carmelo Hayes could steal the show if they let him do something, athletic that he can do.
Yeah.
But that might outshine Breaker. Who knows? Yeah. And the women's match could go great because this what's her name is in it?
Yo,
Shariah is it?
Io,
no, Io Shirai is
Raquel.
the genius of the sky.
That's Io Shirai.
Yeah, Shariah. Yeah, her.
Who the fuck am I thinking of? That just retired. That was Oscar's tag team partner.
Oh, the girl that was like the Sky Pirate.
Oh, you're thinking of Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane. There you go.
She just opened her own 24-hour gym in Japan right now.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a regular gym or like a wrestling gym?
I think it might be a regular gym, just a regular fitness gym.
Oh, okay. But shit, I mean, they make money.
Mm-hmm.
My man Kenny said Breaker's one of the best high flyers in the NXT.
You notice he spelled Breaker with
Shut
3
up.
Ks.
With 3, he had to
Yeah.
try with 3K.
With 3 Ks.
Yeah. That K's not, I'm telling you, it's not as solid as it used to be nowadays.
For real.
Especially when they got rid of Hit Row.
Oh,
that
yeah.
K started to.
Good Lord.
Yo, is there any correlation to the minorities that have been cut are having difficulties being worked with? Or is it just my imagination?
No, I see it myself. I see the fact that Keith Lee is hard to work with. Right?
Yep.
And so is Hit Row.
Yep.
Right?
This
And yeah, so you see it, 4 minorities are hard to work with.
Wow.
I see a trend.
yeah. That's true. Everyone else is budget cuts.
Pretty much.
Well, Bray Wyatt was hard to work with because he understood his character and he built it from the ground up.
Yep.
But yeah, every minority you're hard to work with.
Well, you know what it was? Bray
Remember,
Wyatt didn't want to
Leo
lose.
Rush,
Leo Rush? Yeah.
Jordan Miles,
Huh?
right? Or you know what I'm saying? But I feel him. He was like, yo, did anybody in marketing realize what this shirt looks like?
Yeah.
Did 1 second somebody go, is everybody in marketing white and racist? I would have been like, yo, guys, I honestly don't think that's a good shirt to give to anybody of African Americans. And why? I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna show you some clips.
Yeah. Take the lips off of it. Take the lips off of that shit and it would have been better just like that. But yeah, that was some racist shit.
Yeah, I remember when I saw this shirt, I was like, oh, I did this too.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have quit wrestling completely, but I would have been like, oh, fuck you, nigga.
But you know what the crazy shit is? If they would have just put it on a white shirt, it wouldn't have looked as obvious as when they put it on the black shirt. Cause that shit stood out like a motherfucker on that black shirt. You're doing blackface on a black shirt.
I remember first I read about it and I was like, how bad can the shirt look? And somebody sent me the picture. I was like, oh,
that bad.
How did this get passed to the point where it got printed? As an image, like a logo, I would have been like, delete this.
Yeah.
So, do like an anime thing, because I know he's a big Naruto fan, kind of like Ricochet. Don't put this out there. Please don't.
Yep.
They did, and I was like,
They did that.
Yeah, Harris said, I would love to hear Braun Breaker use his uncle's slogan, holla if you hear me. That would be possible if the writers actually knew who his uncle were. I don't think they know wrestling that far back.
I would love to hear him do that famous math promo from Impact. Then I'll take your 30%, but 40% and 20%, and I'll make it all 80%. And Peter Williams is standing next to him going, wait, what? What the fuck is wrong with your math, son? It's like Psycho said it. I had half your brain. I'd have half your brain. And go, whoa.
He goes,
What are we? Whoa, what?
I am twice the man that you are and half the brain that you do. Like, what?
My man Mean G's like, what?
I love Psycho shit was the best.
To see the other person go, because Peter Williams is like, he's like this, and he goes, what? The fuck are you talking about?
But
You're up to 130%. Why did you go to 80?
Hey, fuck it.
But yeah, no. If you're smart, they said something. They refer to something on NXT about Scott Steiner. I think they said that Braun Breaker's a genetic freak.
Okay.
Somebody threw that. I think it was your man Bad News Barrett.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see him knowing about that. But wasn't Scott Steiner the one that said that wrestling is 80% mental and 50% physical?
No, that was also Scott.
Yeah, right?
That was Scott. Anything like that is Scott Steiner. They didn't give Rick enough time to talk.
That's true.
He would bark and go, let's go do it.
I was about to say, yeah, all he did was bark and attack people.
Yep.
Get on all fours and start attacking them niggas.
When you hear something really stupid for him, it's just him and Chucky fighting. Promo-wise, it's all Scott. All of it.
Agreed.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the funny thing is, I, for the fun of it, watched him versus Triple H. I forgot what the match was on, but I remember I just happened to see it, like, you know, when you're on YouTube and you see like just a little clip.
Yeah.
Like, yo, how bad was this match? I click it, 5 minutes in. Fuck this match.
Yep.
I understand.
Yep.
And then I watched Benoit versus Angle and go, how to clear that palate, just get that out the way and have a good wrestling match.
Well, you notice every time that, you know, these wrestlers have a bad match with Triple H, it's because Triple H never changes his style to help these guys out.
Nope.
He always thinks he's wrestling Shawn Michaels, fucking, you know,
Shawn Michaels.
Mero. You know, he always thinks he's wrestling somebody like that. The only person he changes his style up for is Undertaker. His Undertaker probably fuck him up in the middle of the ring. But he didn't change his style for Scott or Rick. None of them.
I mean, when he wrestled Goldberg, he had the most un-Goldberg match ever. First of all, it went way too long.
Yep.
This is Goldberg. My man, it has to be under 3 minutes. Because you're going to gas Goldberg out and you're going to expose the fact that he doesn't know how to wrestle. But Triple H, a cerebral assassin, was a reign of terror. I don't give a fuck about anybody. I got to do me. You know what I'm saying? I can think now with NXT, he's trying to make up for all that, but son,
yeah,
you buried at least 7 guys. I mean, yo, we can talk about Cena and Hogan all day, but let's not forget that this dude dismantled the generation of wrestlers by himself. Booker T beat him at WrestleMania. Perfect. That would have been perfect Booker T. Scott Steiner, no matter how shit he was wrestling, if you see that he's that shit, call an audible, make it shorter. Same thing with Goldberg. You're the cerebral assassin, right?
Yeah.
You're smart enough to put the guys over.
Or wrestle a little slower. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him do his power moves in the beginning of the match, chop block his ass, get out of the ring, hit his leg on the fucking turnbuckle, walk around the ring, stall a little bit, get him another thing, work on the leg. You know, they did this in the 80s.
Yeah. Like the RVD thing, right? Remember when RVD was making fun of him? He goes, oh, I love the way you spit water. In other words, saying, you don't wrestle.
Yeah.
You like pose and shit. But then he buried him. I'm like, yo, RVD should have been RVD and Booker T should have gone over above everybody else. First of all, RVD was over, and so was Booker. And everybody was ready for you not to be the champion for a while.
Yep.
But no, I got Evolution, this and that, and I'm fucking the owner's daughter, so I gotta be down.
I'm the game. I like to not put people over.
I almost sound like I'm constipated. Well,
I got a big nose.
When I did that, I was like, you know what's funny? I did not realize that until right now. That was a good call. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He cerebral.
He never
already.
puts anybody over. He puts himself over. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He puts himself over. If he doesn't put himself over, he puts Sean's over, and that's about it.
And I remember when the Undertaker said that about him. He goes, "Yo, the thing that kills me is that you're not Sean. You can't wrestle like Sean. You're not on that level, son. You want to be. I get it, but you're not. And I know. I don't care what you tell me. I know somewhere deep down that promo cut him.
Yep.
Because it's the truth. You know, so yeah, I wrestle a certain way. Yeah, but Sean can wrestle anyway. You want to brawl? You want to get technical? You want to fly? Sean can do it all. So can I, and I'm a bigger guy than you.
Oh yeah.
But you want to be Sean so bad that you're not.
The thing is with Triple H is that he was so focused as well of just being like the prototype of Vince McMahon's A boy, A plus boy, which is a bodybuilder body. You know what I'm saying? Without really experiencing the agility that his body can do. You know, Sean said, fuck it, I'm gonna fly. Today is the day I fly. Top turnbuckle, elbow to you, or just body slam. Not body slam, excuse me. Pretty much like, yeah, almost like it. Not like a body slam. Because, you know, but basically he's just tossing his whole entire body to you. You know, either way, you're catching him. You're catching him from the sky. Triple H never really had that. I think the most he did was on the second top turnbuckle for a second. And that's it.
Yeah, he had a flying knee. Well, not really a flying, kind of like a little jump.
Yeah, the little push knee. Didn't he take that from somebody? That knee? Harley Race. I think Harley Race did that knee. Yeah, Harley Race did that.
Yeah. Look, Harley Race had more ups than he did.
Yeah.
And you just have the Young Bucks just on AEW doing massive amount of V triggers on anybody and everybody currently on Orange Cassidy. But you know, that's what we call evolution of a flying knee.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yo,
I remember when I first saw it, it was a ripcord knee. And then once Kenny started doing it, it's the V trigger. Because you literally, and then.
Yeah, did you see the segment with Orange Cassidy on Dynamite, where they knocked him out and they did the little the slow super kicks, and the crowd was going oh. Yo, to me that's priceless for me. I love that shit.
That was pretty funny. That was very funny. I found that, but like, come on now, you know for a fact that you have this one extra person behind you, and you're going to give your back to that guy who's ready to fight you. You're going to give your back to that same fucking guy. And guess what happens? You got low blowed.
Yep.
Where's your friends? Do you got best friends, or are they just best friends amongst themselves? Where's your best friends at? Showing up mad late. Why do they always show up mad late? I guess realistically, friends do show up really late. The only person that's on time is the one that's probably in the square circle, just ready to fight. Like, I had a fight to get in here. Fuck y'all niggas.
Don't they share locker rooms?
Yeah.
But remember, now they're part of like that stable in Japan now. Is it Chaos?
Chaos, yeah.
I was like, wait. At first, I was like, wait, no. But then I'm like, the randomness of this, I'm with it. It is Orange Cassidy part of Chaos? Nothing about him says Chaos. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm with it.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's weird, but I'm down.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm saying, because I remember Chaos when I started watching New Japan. I'm like, this is not reek of Orange Cassidy. But I'm with it now.
Hey, we got a sub. Looks like we got a sub.
We got a sub.
Andre Walker, appreciate you subbing, bro. Appreciate you subbing, man.
Thank you, Andre. That's what you said, right, Andre?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see? Thank you, Andre. We appreciate your word.
Cassidy.
Yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast said you guys are invited any given Tuesday to come on his new segment for a debate. The In My Opinion segment on his new show.
Oh, you didn't do the court thing today.
Yeah, I didn't have any subjects for that.
we could always do a good burial subject. Should the person be guilty for burying or not?
I mean,
Did it help the company or did it hurt? Because sometimes some burying does help. You're like, yeah, that dude is probably not going to be good. So it's one of those. You can always do that.
all right. He goes, "What's up? I'm new to the channel. My name is Andre from Delaware. Welcome from Delaware, Andre.
What's up?
Appreciate you coming by. Always welcome, bro. Appreciate the sub.
Same
Dope.
state as the what's this guy's name? The Briscoe brothers.
Gerald Briscoe and
They're the Briscoe brothers. Yeah, they're both from there.
nice.
From Delaware. And so was the president.
And so is the Water Gap.
I wasn't gonna go there, but okay.
Hey, you know what? Somebody had to. I'm the voice of the voiceful.
By the
I
way, we
forgot
want to thank Joe for being on the show.
Yep.
Appreciate your show.
The little bit of time he could be, but he's doing something important. So we can't knock him for not being here in his thing.
Whoa. Don't tell me this Wii stuff. I made it clear to you guys about this Wii stuff.
I was talking about me and Kenny.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Even though he's not on, but all right.
Well, Kenny's in the chat. That's why I said his name just popped up. He literally just popped up. I was like,
He said,
Ah.
somebody else's name.
yeah.
Aha. Popped up.
But yeah,
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Oh.
what's something? All right, here goes the court thing. Did you guys think that the segment between Edge and Liv Morgan, those comments they made was distasteful?
I only read what Liv Morgan said. I didn't actually see. Again, I didn't see the promo. I didn't see Raw all the way. But I did read it, basically, saying that you getting paid all this money. Meanwhile, my friends were like, go do the budget cuts, type shit.
Yeah.
It was nice to know that it was brought to light. I don't know if that was like a kind of like a work shoot. And also, are we going to do this where Vince doesn't get pissed off at the fact that we are mentioning people that got let go?
Apparently Vince told her to say that. Vince gave her that line. Yeah,
Bueno.
because it followed where she was like, Becky, you said that Charlotte was holding you back and you was the number two to Charlotte, but now you want me to be your number two while my friends had to get let go to give you that fat check that that you're basically bullshitting with Charlotte about. So she threw it in her face that she's the new Charlotte and my friends will let go because of your ass.
And you basically became the hypocrite.
Yeah.
And you became those that you despise at once.
Yep, pretty much.
So I think that was a pretty good promo, from what I read. I want to see how it was delivered. I've seen some clips here and there, but I want to see the whole thing from beginning to end.
Apparently they took that out of the YouTube clip. They took that line out.
Yeah, it's out.
Which is, I don't understand how people are getting mad at wrestling. It's like, wasn't wrestling built on this shit?
That's all right. I'll go on the USA Network and I'll fast forward until that fucking promo until I hear the whole entire thing and see if USA took out.
There you go.
But I digress. And what was the other one?
Edge talking about John Morrison. About
That was pretty. I think it's amazing what Edge said to The Miz. Basically, that whole shit. The Miz definitely got a lot of his name out there more, for sure. I remember seeing it on Dynamite. Some fan had a sign talking about the less famous Miz, and obviously they were talking about MJF.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, we're getting Miz signs in AEW. That's wild. That whole promo though was good. MJF and CM Punk. Where Punk basically called him a less famous Miz and that shit, and with a needle dick and shit. That was good. I enjoyed that. Which one I enjoyed more though? Both of them were good. I enjoy Edge. Sorry, Lee. I enjoy. Ha ha ha
Somebody has to.
ha.
It won't be.
We hanging in there.
Yeah.
I still think it was pretty good. The fact that it was again another promo brought to light, it was really fucking good. I enjoyed both of them equally. Maybe one more than the other, because that's AEW, and I kind of like how it feels a little bit more realistic than scripted. So yeah. What are you making over there? Oh, you're cleaning.
I'm cleaning something.
Yes.
He just finished eating or something. Harris has a question. He goes, where do you think Edge and the Miz feud is going? We'll end the show on this question. But if they do it right, it could go to WrestleMania. But I think this shit is going to day one.
What's that?
Edge and the Miz. He wants to know where do you think Edge and the Miz is going?
They got enough time to make it for day one. They got time. I mean, by next week they'll probably be tagging together.
Yeah,
See if they
probably.
can coexist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The highest rated R tag team.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a fan of the kind of using people not being employed anymore as your thing for it. I think is tasteless and classless in many ways. You know what I mean? Especially Edge's thing, because John Morrison wasn't even in the United States when that shit happened. He was in Europe, and they're like, well, see you later, Johnny. You know what I'm saying? And you know how I feel about both these individuals as superstars and as pieces of shit. But I digress from this. Is my personal feeling to them. The promo was good. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like Edge is better than that promo because I've heard him cut better promos. I know he can do better. You don't need to feed Edge lines. Edge is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can. I'm pretty sure you're like, yo, listen, the Miz is gonna come back. You do you. Got it. I know what to do.
Well, I think they gave him that line because Edge would have been notorious for, you went out to go dancing while I'm over here working my ass off every night, busting my ass and blah, blah, blah. But he wasn't there. He left also.
But I mean, he had an injury. Edge was injured.
You know what's crazy? Edge isn't injury prone at this point. Everybody else that gets let go is injury prone, but Edge get injured every fucking match.
Well, two things. He's 175 at this point.
He looks 175.
And Vince is high on the dude. You know what I'm saying? Vince likes him. Which is weird because Edge, when he first started, was not Vince's prototypical dude at all.
Yeah.
You look at him, I go, I never understood what he saw in him, but he saw something.
I think the reason why Vince loved Edge is because Edge was the one person that could put John Cena over. Edge and Randy Orton are the only two people that can wrestle John Cena and make him look good in that era. Because it wasn't happening with other people.
I think Kurt Angle did a good job with him.
Yeah, but at that point, Kurt Angle was leaving. Kurt Angle was trying to figure out a way to get to TNA. Kurt Angle did a good job. Yeah, Kurt Angle was wrestling him when he was the Thugonomics dude. I'm talking about when he was champion. When he turned into the you can't hear me Marine. When he turned into that fuck.
Okay, now I get it. I got it. When it was only Edge and Randy and Cena feuding.
Yeah.
Because you had guys in the mid card that you didn't want to touch. For some reason, Carlito wasn't good enough to be a champion.
Well, I heard that he refused to go to rehab, and that's why they stopped his push. But this is
just like Kid Rowe was difficult to work with.
Yeah, it was. He refused to not be Spanish, so they call him a drug addict. But
yeah, this coming from the guy that was punching steroids all over his wrestlers.
Oh yeah,
classy Vince.
Oh yeah. Harris goes, let me be real, MJF on the mic would destroy the Miz. I disagree with that. Because MJF had a difficult time with CM Punk when it was one of those, wait. Oh, we're really going to do this? I think the Miz can turn on the real shit real quick. You know,
yeah.
when he did that to Daniel Bryan, if you really want to wrestle, why don't you go to these fucking indies and wrestle? When he did that shit to Daniel Bryan, I think he could turn that on with MJF real quick. I think he'll have more for MJF than MJF will have for The Miz.
Yeah, but I feel like the easiest point with The Miz is his actual wrestling. To attack his actual physical wrestling was the simplest thing to do with The Miz. You are not good in the ring. Can you sell? Yes. Are you an actual, like, can you actually wrestle really good? Exhibit A, WrestleMania with John Cena. What was that shit show?
I mean,
Remember that? You were there.
That was
You
The
were
Rock.
the champion, weren't you? Remember that? You were there, right? You remember? Nobody cared about you. They cared about The Rock and Cena. You were in there holding a title that you shouldn't have been holding. Look, I'm cutting a promo. It's not even my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I would sit there and definitely watch it and be invested because it's two of the best dudes on the stick, period. I will never not give The Miz props for being great on the stick.
Yeah.
I will never do that to him because he's like, it's literally what makes him interesting to me, at least. I love to see him punch him in the face. I love to see somebody punch him in the face because he talks too much. It's annoying, but he's good at it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So no problem with that. If MJF and The Miz were one day in the same company and they decided to go at it promo-wise, wrestling-wise, it's all MJF. I want to make sure people understand this. MJF is a better wrestler.
Yeah.
We saw that with the Allen match. We've seen it when he did Cody. But on the stick, I'm not going to throw one either way. I've had way more years of seeing Miz than I have of seeing MJF. MJF doesn't have the back catalog like that in front of the camera that The Miz has. So I can't necessarily go, oh, he will eviscerate him. I go, yo, give me another 2-3 years of MJF, and then I can be like, oh, okay. Because the promos have gotten better. Then I go, all right, cool, maybe. But I'll tell you this much. I'll take it if they ever do it.
Me too.
I will sit there and go, this should be fun. You know what I'm saying? I would be a fan of it.
Yo, I would listen to anybody's promo if we went back to the say whatever the fuck you want. The Attitude Era with The Rock making fun of everybody. You do that shit, I'll listen to anybody's promo. If you're gonna write their fucking promo, shut the fuck up and wrestle.
Yeah. I would rather the guy show me what he thinks and who he's thinking about and how he's thinking than you write it out for him and he says suffering succotash.
Yeah. We've been suffering enough.
Yo, I don't want your opinion. I want that guy that's out there actually wrestling, saying what he said. Yeah. I don't care if it's like Jake the Snake or he's screaming like Psycho Sid. Doesn't matter to me. Yeah. As long as it's him.
Because even if he does have half the brain you do, at least that's him. Let him be him.
And he has 30% and 40% of his and 90% of his, and ultimately he has 70%.
Yep, altogether.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care how stupid it is, as long as it's that guy doing it.
Yeah, and if he has the judge 1 from 100 and he gets 70 out of it, then that's what the fuck he gets, Show.
And there we go.
That was Show's rating of the Golden Child last night. 70 out of 100.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We do 1 through 5, but he did 70 out of 100.
Ah, okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
I was like, why would y'all? Okay, it's not y'all. It's a he thing.
Yeah.
Show thing.
Yep.
Gotcha.
He makes his own rules.
Sit there and go, excuse me.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever said excuse me more on a movie. I was like, wait, we all saw the same movie at the same time. What? Yeah. So yeah, we definitely have to watch a wrestling match, and it has to be a good one too.
Yo, we'll get Kenny Omega and Okada.
Yeah.
Or Okada and Switchblade. Well, either one of them, any one of them.
Nothing go wrong with either match.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do 1 week.
Yeah, I say show him both, but not too much in one. There's too much information for him to retain. We have to do one week and then one the following week.
Yes.
Like,
let him retain that. Hopefully he can. Then when he sees the next one, he goes, "Oh, I see."
We'll do that.
And I see the difference.
I'll try to find a match on YouTube or something. We'll do that next week. That's what we're gonna watch. Show. What? Well, hold on, wait. Show's doing that thing, so he might not actually be here to watch it.
No, we can plan it out. This will be a good thing. So we're like, yo, listen. Once you're done doing that thing, now that you can focus on the match, because he may be doing that thing so much that, I'm hoping that's why the whole movie watch It happened the way it happened. I'm trying to
Probably.
get his benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Be okay. So once he's done with all that, we can be like, yo, now we can watch
Yeah.
it in the clear.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get home at least at like 10:30 or at 11:30, and then we'll put the match on there when he's home. He's able to watch it, and then boom, we'll watch it. And Gigi can can actually laugh, without getting hurt. Word. But on that note, everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads. Appreciate you coming here, Gigi, even though you're in pain. It's you know how me and Kenny feel when we watch Raw, so
Oh man.
so we're connected
There
in
was
that
no
way.
way.
Yeah.
I've seen the pain in their eyes.
Yes.
Oh man.
I literally challenged.
Terrible.
I challenged Kofi Kingston to a Uno's, not Kofi, Xavier Woods to Uno on Xbox, and I looked like I was drunk. But like that's how painful it was. It was Monday. I was like, we're gonna Uno whenever you want. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to redo that shit. Yeah, but yeah, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Appreciate you. And Andre, just FYI, whenever you want to ask a question, you're always welcome to. Appreciate you subbing. Peace.
Right.
I pressed the button. I pressed it.
Press it?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
I pressed that button before I said Andre. Before I was like, yo, Andre, you can ask a question any way you want. I pressed it before that, and it did nothing.
Oh my god.
He probably asked you a question. He goes, wait, did they leave?
Yeah.
Did he set me up to fail?
Ha 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 ha.
Oh my God.
Wait, we're completely off?
Yeah, we're off. Well, they can still hear us, I think.
Well, we're off now. We're off.